to go.
Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the game. We have a 1025. I am Veronica Brill. With me is the man who single-handedly got rid of our BFF status on Snapchat, Jake Rosensteel.
What's up, guys? 10 and a quarter, big game.
10 and a quarter, not just a big game, big people in the game.
Big people in the game.
Not you.
What?
Not you, like real people. Like real people. Nano
Noko. Randy Lou.
He's big time, right? I've heard.
For those of you who like to watch poker on Twitch, you'll all be familiar with our player in seat 2, Randy Lou, aka Nano Noko, is coming to play some 1025 with us.
What did he buy him for? Tell us.
He's bought it in for 10K.
10K. What? Sorry, did I make everyone uncomfortable?
Randy
10K!
It's good. No,
10K! Bought in the game for 10K! It's a 1025! That's what we came here for! You don't buy in this game for 500 and be like, I just made race. You buy in the game for 10K and you play.
Now 400 bigs is good. It ought to be a really deep game. Going around the table.
Tell us about how deep it is. I know you all miss me, right?
Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
So Peter loves the salad and got seat 1 today.
Peter's in seat 1. Peter bought it for 2,200.
Yeah, it looks compared to the 10K, right?
We see Peter there. Randy Lou, we mentioned, just does a lot of streaming on Twitch. I follow him. Great guy to watch. Even a better guy in person. I played with him up in Reno at Jason Somerville's running a Reno event.
TD
in seat 3.
The man who has folded a full house on our live stream.
And done a lot of other great things too.
He's probably one of the sickest human beings ever known to live.
Yes, interesting dynamic there Randy being at the table in seat 2. The one player at the table who actually might make his life a living hell, or 2 of the players might make his life a living hell, are the 2 players immediately to his left. TD, who's in for 6K right now, has got every move in the book. And Matt H in seat 4, sitting on about 3,400 right now, has seen it all. So
next to Matt is Aces Ron, our NorCal Aces Ron. Aces Ron, you'll notice him by his hat. He cuts out the top of his hat to let his luscious hair breathe. Come on, he needs to let that hair breathe. Look at it. It's just like coming out of that hat.
Aaron in seat 5 on 2,400.
Reno Grinder in seat 6.
Adam Bishop.
I actually invited him last minute. He came down here, so very nice to see him. Very nice of him to like drive out 2 hours ago, come down and try to make money off of us poor little Sacramento players, right?
That'll be really good. Zach, who we saw, I believe, in our last 1025 game, wasn't Zach the player originally from Tahoe, just transplanted now over here to
Sacramento? No, he was from the Bay Area.
From the Bay Area, Zach in the Bay. Zach in the Bay, now he's over here with us at Zach. He's in for 4K.
Let me introduce him. AD, the man, in seat 8. Look at him. Look at him. He's not wearing a parrot shirt. A parrot shirt. He came in our first stream with a parrot shirt on and he destroyed it. And he is the man. AD, he came in for about 4K. And then Sean Drake, ladies and gentlemen, almost a 2 bracelet winner, 1 for sure. Shifted in 3rd place for the second one. He's gonna kill me when he sees this. Sean Drake, everyone, about 3K behind.
Sean's got over $1 million career. Zach, who opened up the pot with pocket threes. TD had defended the big blind, flopped the best hand, but now 4 comes off on the turn, and Zach makes a wheel.
Now turned the best hand. God, we promised action, and we're giving it to you right away. The 10-25 game is my favorite game. I live and breathe for the 10-25 game and the Veronica and Friends. Usually people get more stuck with Veronica and Friends, but the 10-25 is a close second.
So TD's gonna lead here for 150, and Zach makes it 450 to go with his wheel. TD is drawing dead to a chop.
What's up, 678? Magnificent having you here. I'm still trying to absorb everything that you told us. He's spectacular, right? 678. You love him.
He's the best. I love him. I downloaded PO Solver now. I'm working it through. He's gonna show me.
Him.
Yeah, he's gonna show me cool things to do with it. I'm very much looking forward to improving parts of my game with it. A couple new players or new people in the chat with us tonight.
Suited Aces. Nice to see you.
Suited Aces. Vinny. What am I seeing here? Sorry, scrolling up.
E1080. The delay is 20 to 30 minutes, but we are
commentating with you live.
We are with you live. And you finish my sentences.
What am I gonna do? Button here's in seat 2 with Randy. Aaron's gonna limp under the gun here with a King 9 of diamonds. I wouldn't expect to see a lot of limping going on here tonight.
Reno, Portugal, nice to see you. And it's nice to see all of our regulars. Rick and Barstow, I know, is here. Watt Brian, Rick and Barstow are my next Veronica and Friends, by the way. And so is Gay Corpse, if he shows up.
So Randy makes it 100 to go off the button. Aaron limp calls. Trying to see what the flop was. He goes check bet fold.
Poker Pro Eric is in the chat. And he does know everything, so if you have a question about anything, Poker Pro Eric knows everything.
Our resident chat box expert. Poker Cosmo, welcome to the chat. Good to have you here. Nano Noco. Nano Noco. Nano Noco. There we go. Now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah. You've been waiting all night, haven't you?
I have been. Yeah. I really have been.
Look at AD, just came here to crush. He's like, I didn't wear these glasses to not crush. I wore them to crush. And I'm gonna fold.
Peter's gonna open up the hijack here with King 10 off. Looks like he makes it 75 to go.
Nano Noco's stack just looks beast mode-ish. You know, it looks terrifying to me. And Matt looks like he's putting in a
and we got a 3-bet out of the small blind. Matt takes a King Queen off and makes it 235 to go. Poker Cosmo in the chat box asked, is Nano Noco the best player at the table? Rational would seem to suggest that yes. But he, like I said, he is going to have his hands full tonight. There's a couple of players at the table that can definitely trade shots with him.
Yeah.
And there's some, I think he'll see some stuff that he might not be used to seeing.
Let's talk about Matt. Let's talk about Reno Grinder, and let's talk about TD. TD is, I would say, have you ever seen him not play perfect? That's what I want to know.
You're just trying to bring out my man crush on Matt here.
I know you have a man crush on Matt. I have a poker crush on TD. And Reno Grinder's pretty damn good. And Sean Drake, come on. Sean Drake's sitting right there.
He's got over $1 million in career winnings. What are you gonna do?
Squid Church 11. What is up? Fantastic name. We're probably actually more excited for this game than the viewers.
I know I am.
I dream about this game for 30 days of the month. Depending on how many days in the month there are, 29 or 30 days.
Biggest game in NorCal these days. TD's, I'm sorry, 80. I'm gonna do this all night. I'm gonna mix this 2 up. 80 makes it 75 to go. The ace 10 of hearts gets calls from TD. And Aaron in the small blind wakes up with queens, and he's gonna make it 290 to go. For those of you who've never watched our stream before, the red chips you see there are $5 chips, the greens are $25, and the white chips are $100 chips.
Jake wants to know when the Bart Hansen game's going to be.
Bart's playing in the 5-5 PLO game, I believe.
Next week.
Next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday.
7-8-5 Rainbow on the flop.
So that flop's going to miss Aaron's 3-betting range out of the blinds a lot. He's only going to be betting his overpairs for value, which, I mean, he has an overpair here. He has 335. But 80, he's going to float him here. He thinks he can either catch up or take this pot away on a later street. 4 comes off, puts a one-liner to a straight there. And AD, a very aggressive player, plays a huge range of hands. That could easily be him there. Oh, he checks back. Deuce on the river, and Aaron feels strong about his hand now.
God,
I think 80 might have had a chance to take that pot away on the turn.
What's up, Gay Corpse? Nice to see you.
That's 350.
T Burke, 7, 17, 16, 1. God, T Burke's gonna be in my next Veronica and Friends.
80 might thinking about raising here.
Squid Church has never played poker, only Red Dead Redemption. That's pretty much poker. AD makes a good fold. He didn't have anything, but he wasn't planning on hero calling either.
Yeah, I think if AD was going to take away that pot, the turn would have been the spot to do it. And like I said, he's that kind of player. I mean, there's no reason why AD can't have 6-7 there, 5-6, Ace-6.
Tell me how AD's game has changed since the very first broadcast we saw him in.
I don't know. It has. He's full throttle all the time.
I feel like he is full throttle, but he's just a little more aware of other people's hands. Like, he used to just powerhouse through people and destroy their will to live. And now I feel like occasionally
he's letting some people live sometimes.
Yeah, he's letting people live sometimes.
So TD makes it 85 to go out of the hijack. Matt is just going to call Ace-King out of the cutoff.
Do you like that you just called there?
I personally don't. I mean, Ace-King off especially is kind of, for me, definitely more of a 3-betting hand, but Matt's very, very familiar with TD, much more familiar with him than I am, and he might feel that smooth, just flat calling there. There'll be maybe more boards he can take the pot away from if he does happen to miss, versus if he 3-bets, his range is going to be a little bit more, narrowed, a little bit more face up.
225.
TD's going to continue, makes it 225.
Proper 3-bet if you want to play in Veronica and Friends. You're welcome to. No one's disconnecting you. I heart you.
This is what we talk about with 80 being super, super wide and being, crazy aggressive. He defends a big blind with 10-3, flops a gut shot. Chet calls here, now turns a flush draw to go with his inside straight draw. His 10 is still second best.
And the fans want to know if it's live.
I'm not falling for it this time.
Jake's so easy. He's like that drunk girl at prom.
Check. 3 on the river gives 80 the best hand. I love it.
I love AD, a 10-3.
And look, and he's going to bet it.
It's a $715 pot, and AD has 10-3 on the river.
3 1/4 from AD with the best hand.
The Mr. Matter, welcome to the show. It's not live. You're on a 30-minute delay, and so are we. Bum, bum, bum. Welcome to the game. It's a 10:25 where it's live at Stone's Gambling Hall, the greatest place on earth. It's better than Disneyland for adults.
Right? Yeah, for adults, for sure.
And both Jake and I smell like fish tacos. We did indulge a little bit before the show.
We might have.
We smell like a beach. Fish tacos?
Oh, I get it. Jay Grayor. I'm going to be mispronouncing players' names in the chat
No,
in the
it's
entire
me.
evening.
Remember the Chewbacca? The Chewbacca was the best.
Who
I
was
can't remember
that?
what I said, what I pronounced Chewbacca as.
I don't know.
Something awesome, obviously.
So TD After swinging and missing with Queen 10, he picks up Kings now, very next hand. Makes it 125 to go over Peter's limp. And Peter limp folds. Like I said, I mean, we saw Aaron try to limp earlier. I don't expect to see a lot of players get away with that. So if you're gonna be limping in this game, I think you need to be doing it with the intention of limping and calling raises. If your intention is to just limp and hope to see a cheap flop, this isn't the game for that.
Is this not an opportunity to limp with aces? No, Jake, come on, tell us when you want to limp.
I don't want to talk about it.
Talk to us about your limp range. That's so sick. I would just be extremely worried if someone sat down with 10K. Although, I mean, if I didn't have 10K, it wouldn't matter. They would just be playing against the size of my stack, obviously. But it's, intimidating. I saw Renee, Celine Dion's husband before he passed away, sat down at like a 10-20 game with like 200,000 and kept going all in and destroying people.
Zach opened up the pot here with Jack 10 of diamonds. Peter defends a big line with 6-5. Peter flops a gutter ball.
90.
10-3 deuces misses most everyone, most hands. So Zach's gonna go ahead and continue here. I think it would have been fun to see Peter check raise there.
It would have been fun, but not typical of Peter.
No.
The Mr. Matter, yes. All answers to every question is yes. Yes. So you don't have to ask anymore. Just anything you think in your head, yes.
Absolutely.
It's easier, right? We're here to be easy. You're easy and cheap. It's nice to see you. I mean, we didn't have a proper return together because 6, 7, 8 was like encyclopedia. Us listening, like kids on Christmas Day. That's what we were doing.
It really was. I've been watching the stream lately. It's good stuff. A lot of good stuff going on.
You've been watching it?
Yeah. Or 6, 7, 8 stream.
6, 7, 8 stream.
6,
Yes.
7, 8 stream.
I thought you were like, oh, I've been watching our stream. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it is obviously.
TD makes it 75 to go under the gun. Ace 10 off.
Heads up.
Top for TD. That's about the best flop you could hope to see there with Ace 10.
We were praying for Ace 10 deuce. Didn't happen.
10-3-5 is going to miss most players most times, so 80's going to float him.
AD loves floating.
Hope springs eternal. There's 485 in the pot. And TD's going to fire out on the turn.
The chat is the nuts.
TD bets 275. Now 80 might be thinking that TD wouldn't fire 2 streets without a hand.
If he had Ace King, would he continue doing this? Ace King, Ace Queen, Ace Jack.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would. Out of position, I mean. Now the club draw completes, and that's going to slow down TD. Once again, if there's an opportunity, and 80's going to check back, hoping that TD has just that Ace King, Ace Queen, Ace Jack. As it does, he's one worse. Same time, one better than that. Ace 10's good.
So, Veronica and Friends is the third Wednesday of every month, and this month is going to be Twitch peeps, our regular Twitch peeps.
I'm excited.
I just hope Rick and Barstow is coming up here. I hope he's bringing enough money because I don't know if he's been watching Veronica and Friends. It's bananas. It's like a 5-10 game. It's 1-3-65, 1-3-25.
The Veronica and Friends game?
Yeah.
Yeah, thereabouts. We saw triple-digit straddles.
Yeah, thank you.
What's funny about that is
Frank.
I mean, on one end of the spectrum, I mean, this is our 1025 game. It's the biggest game that we stream. And we see stack sizes and raise sizes roughly the same
As Veronica and Friends.
as your Veronica and Friends 1-3 game.
Yeah,
It's-
because Frank doesn't remember the game. Oh, it's so much fun.
80 makes it 75 to go king 10 off.
Rick and
TD's gonna
Barstow,
call.
just come up here with 2K at least, okay? Thanks. Love ya.
TD flops the world here. Goes check.
75.
TD's now going to try to get some money in the pot. And 80 thinks his king high might be good here. As it is, spades get there. And I think that'll be it for 80.
JCW Poker says once again forced to watch audio only. The sound of Jake's voice is usually soothing, he says to most women. So hopefully you're a woman. Yes, right there.
Yeah, if there was any chance of TD getting paid off there, it all went away when the spades fell. When 80 calls there on the turn with the king 10, he's thinking there that TD might be bluffing spades a certain, small percent or a certain percentage of the time. But when spades get there, I mean, there's really nothing 80 can do.
Bluffing TD, you have to be on top of your game. TD can smell a bluff from a mile away, and he knows where he's at all the time. We've seen him fold full houses. I don't think we've ever seen him not play perfect. No? Have you ever seen him lay down the wrong hand, a bad hand, lay down incorrectly?
I don't know.
There's
He's made some very, or he's played some very, very good
I
poker
might
on his stream.
have
Some very good poker.
his picture on a pillow that I hug every morning next to Jason McRoberts' pillow that I sleep with. It's a body pillow. Ooh.
50.
So Sean makes it 75 to go out of the hijack, and Randy's gonna 3-bet his button to 250. Now Sean's aware that Randy bought in this game deep, probably with the intention of bullying people to some degree. And it's normally the position that Sean...
Minimum bullying people, minimum.
Well, it's normally the position that Sean assumes at the table when he sits down. I mean, it's complicating, Sean's world. Like we talked about, Randy sitting there in C2 with having TD and Matt to his left. Complicating things for Sean is 2 seats to his left is having Randy there.
Well,
Everyone's going to keep each other in check, it seems.
Sean's a tournament beast, but he seems to be a little more like a kitty cat in our cash games. Like, ooh, brr, brr. No?
No, he's still got a lot of problems.
A little bit softer in the cash games. How many naked pictures has Gay Corp sent you via text recently?
Really?
A lot, right?
That's why we're going to trend this.
It's been bad. Sorry, Gay Corps. It's been bad, right? Just be real with us so people in the audience enjoy a real conversation.
Sean goes right back to work, makes 75 to go with 10s.
Gay
No
Corps.
comment.
Yeah.
No comment. For those of you new to our stream, don't forget to click that heart button. We'll let you know whenever we go live here and catch these games. 10:25 we stream 5:10, 5:5 PLO. We've streamed some Limit OA. I don't know how much more of that we're going to be doing, but I think we're the only ones that have streamed that.
We're the only ones that do a 10:25 game. Who does 10:25? By the way, on the 10th, we're the only poker show. Can you find me another poker show that's going to have 2 women hosting the game, commentating on the game?
Oh yeah, I know, right?
I think we're going to be making history, right?
Yeah.
There's no other poker show out there where 2 women are doing commentary on the game.
No, not that I can recall. I'm excited for it. Val's great. I love
Obviously,
working with
Val's
Val.
going to be holding up the show, and I'm going to be like, sex joke, sex joke, sex joke, but it'll be good. No?
So here we go. Randy makes the 75 to go with the 7-5.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
And Randy Lou, welcome to Sacramento and Stone's Live Poker. You got a lot of 7s, brother. Checks over to TD. And on kind of a hit or miss board, fit or fold, TD's going to bet 175 with his Jack 3 off.
You know what I like about this call? He didn't take forever. He raised here. He didn't take forever. Do you notice people sometimes take forever when they hit the nuts?
Do a little bit too much Hollywooding.
It looks so strong. Yeah.
TD's got to wonder right now, is Randy making a move? Because if Randy had, let's say, a hand like even like Ace King, Ace Queen, he'd probably just call and keep all TD's bluffs in,
Yeah.
So he's kind of repping a 7 or nothing. that, or maybe TD might kind of wonder if Randy was turning a hand like pocket 8s, pocket 9s into a bluff there.
He may have done.
I kind of wonder. Yeah, I would not have been shocked to see TD come back over the top. Luckily for him, he doesn't. But that's very much a move that TD's capable of doing.
TD is a robot, and he plays perfect. He was built by Microsoft last year, and
they're still working on the glitches, but
they're
it's good.
still working on the glitch, like his personality.
Yeah.
But everything else is fine. Wow, someone just jumped in our chat and got deleted right away. That's like very improper. Probably bad first date etiquette.
So here we go. Sean makes somewhat of an ambitious raise here. Makes it 75 to go with a 9-4 clubs, under the gun +1. And TD's gonna just call ace-king.
Joe's Fit wants to know what the rake is in this game.
I believe we're time game.
It's a time game.
And here we go here. Top for TD. Inside straight draw and club draw for Sean. I expect Sean to play this hand very, very fast. So of course, when they say that, he bets 85. TD just calls.
God, we're just praying for a club on the river.
Queen of clubs.
An ace of clubs. Either way, it's bad.
235.
T. Burke says this could get bloody. Yes, that's the way we like it at Stones.
So now at 355 in the pot, Sean now makes a real bet. That's 230. TD comes along. It's a very draw-heavy board, and Sean's got to be thinking right now, is one more bet going to do the trick? Can he get TD off king, queen, or ace, king here, and or does TD just have a draw? $8.15 in the pot. Sean checks, and TD knows he's good and he's going to put out a little value bet.
And here we always talk about bluff raising river.
And it just doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen.
95% of the time.
Thank you.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think Sean Drake is not capable of bluff raising river. Double negative there.
Yeah.
In tournaments, he probably does it all day, every day. But yeah, it doesn't happen very often in cash games.
And I think there's a whole different mentality. In a tournament, players are oftentimes, especially in a non-rebuy event, they're the only chips you have. So in a cash game, hey, if you're wrong, you can reload at, buy back, go get your money back. In a tournament, that's all you got. So Sean, his pressure style approach to a lot of those situations is going to be much more effective in a tournament format than it is in a cash game, and so that might be kind of what slowed Sean down there.
Yeah, it's like that hot chick that you'll never get another 10 again when you're just an average guy. You just got to treat her really good.
Exactly. Also, I think a little bit of the opponent there. If we see that TD's willing, he's not just checking back ace king, he's going for value with his ace king there. TD's not scared money. If Sean thought his opponent in that seat was afraid of calling that a big bet, they thought his opponent was afraid to call off 550, 600, then Sean would have been much more apt to put the chips in. Against TD's not scared money.
No, yeah.
So
they're all saying hello to the new dealer, and yes, we're all aware of how hot she is.
yes,
She's mentioned all the time in the live stream.
she's very popular in the live stream. As is Peter. Peter's very popular.
Peter's such a sexy bitch.
Lyman Busto, welcome to the chat. Sparks25, Sizzle, all of our favorites in the chat box.
Do you notice there's quite a difference in the volume in this game compared to Veronica and Friends?
Quite a bit.
Veronica and Friends is just a bunch of drunk ramblings. Actually, AD was kind of mad at me for not getting in the game in Veronica and Friends. He's gonna get in not my next one, but the next one after that.
So here we go. Matt makes it 75 to go with deuces. 80 defends the small blind with 6-5 of diamonds. And 4-6-7, 2 spades, smacks 80. He's got middle pair and an open-ended straight draw. He's going to lead right into Matt. It's probably a good lead because this is a board that Matt's probably going to be checking back most of the time. As it is, Matt can't continue.
So finally, Reno Grinder joins us.
Yeah, Adam Bishop. I think we've had him on the stream once or twice before.
I'm just saying he was sitting out for the first few minutes of the stream.
Oh, yeah, gotcha, yeah.
He kind of dresses like you.
It's that whole I play too much poker, in life.
Yeah, I haven't
attire.
seen sunshine in 10 years, and I'm wearing a black hoodie.
Said, I mean, he's fairly tan. I'm fairly tan, so I mean, he would. I'm tanner than you.
Well, that's because I'm wearing 7 layers of makeup.
And you're also Polish.
Yes. You don't want to get a pole in the way. Polish jokes, always good fun.
German Pain, 221. Welcome to the chat.
K-Corpse asks, who is the cool visor man? So, Ace's Ron is notorious for cutting out a hole in his hat all the time. I don't know what childhood disobedience beating he got that made him want to do this. I don't understand. 80's got an ace queen. He's putting in a raise on the button. 75.
And Peter's going to defend. Ace 9. And both players hit the ace. Ace 5, 6. 80 also has backdoor clubs and the better kicker. Checks. It looks like 80 bets bet 75, 150.
Mustak, what's up? Nice to see you.
125.
We'll see you in Veronica and Friends. Mustak, your seat's locked.
Top 2 for 80, and that gives him the check mark. Check. Ooh, a little sneaky check back from 80.
I'm telling you, I think 80's got some gears.
80's got gears. Peter now thinks his ace is good, and he's gonna lead out for 2 1/4. 80's gonna raise him.
Yep. No, that looks like calling chips. No, AD. No.
The 7-8 straight did get there.
Yeah, but it's AD.
There he goes.
Doesn't
There's the
care.
raise.
There. AD's not scared of anything. He ain't scared.
80 clicks back, makes it 450.
Let's see if Peter can fold top pair.
Peter's being laid a hell of a price, but
Woo! What is this? What is this? Okay, first of all, tell me if that was a bad fold for the price.
okay. So Peter's getting a hell of a price. Peter's getting almost 5 to 1 on his money on a call with top pair.
Hell of a price.
Which, in most spots, most situations, you're just gonna
And
have
it's not
you're
even
gonna have to call
top,
it.
it's just top pair with a
But-
shitty kicker. I mean, a bad kicker.
Yeah, but the way that hand played out with it check back and then min raise river, I think with that sizing, I don't think 80s has many bluffs with that sizing. I think if he's bluffing, the wrong end of the bus, or if he's turning like a pair of 5s or 6s into a bluff there, like a hand like 6-7 or 5-7, or even just any pair under the ace.
Yeah.
I think he's going a little bit larger with his bluffs there. So like I said, even though Peter's getting a hell of a price, I just like I said, I just don't think there's a lot of bluffs in 80s range there with that sizing.
Should we send some shots to the table?
Probably.
Veronica! We have a waitress here named Veronica. Perfect. Where's Veronica?
So this is hardly fair.
This is standard. Oh!
Nano Noko picks up kings.
Welcome to Stones, Nano Noko.
And I gotta wonder if some of these players might be kind of thinking that he's just trying to run everyone over. He bought in deep.
I want to buy shots for the table. Okay. Whatever they want, shots.
Zach's in a call. He's got the right implied odds to set mine. And now 80 is getting a hell of a price.
And that's why you buy in for 4K. You don't buy in for minimum. You want to have your implied odds.
And 80's thinking about this because I think 80 knows that King Queen just doesn't fare very, very well against someone who 3-bets out of the blinds. And 80 makes a great fold there.
Wow, I'm telling you, 80's a different player. 80's a different player. Does he fold that 4 months ago? Does he fold it?
Don't know. Just don't know. Now here we go. Jack 9-6. Did Sean call on the button? Sean did. Sean called on the button with the King 8. Randy bets 400. Zach's 8's miss. Now that hand, Jack 9-6, is better for Sean's range, his perceived range, than it is for Randy's. You know, because Sean just called Zach's open, and then Randy 3-bet. I mean that's not gonna have a lot of Randy's 3-betting stuff in there, but it's gonna have a lot of stuff that Sean's gonna flat and then over flat with.
This is a leaf, and this is AD's leaf, and it's turning over.
Slow down.
He just made it. Like, normally he's the guy that's fearless. Stop.
You're the worst. Sean decides not to stab at it, and Randy takes down the pot.
I want to buy Aces Run a full hat for Christmas. Will you pitch in with me?
Yeah, but he's just gonna cut the top right out of it. And what am I gonna do?
Like, let's make some metal inside of it so we can't cut it. Let's make it out of like steel wool or something.
A steel cap.
The things that are going on in my mind I can't say out loud. Blue Note 3, what is up? Welcome to the chat. If I missed anyone, let me know. Not Nice Mice. I like that name. Jake's mad at me right now.
I'm not mad.
And because he's mad at me, we lost our BFF status on Snapchat. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It is a thing. We lost our heart. It's back to just a happy face because of you. It's fine.
You know, I'll take the credit and the blame.
You've done some. What's up?
You done, son. It's all right.
I have to get back to that video footage of us, like, of me saying Chewbacca.
I'm still trying to remember whose name you were mispronouncing.
It was Chewbacca. You're like, you mean Chewbacca?
Oh, that's right.
But I said it completely wrong.
Chupacabra or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give them drinks.
I was hoping that they would do drinks. I thought we were like, I was gonna force them to do shots, and they're
Not giving the option
pushing
not
back.
to.
Watbry said that they've unbanned him from Vegas. That's good work, Watbry. It's only because you showed up with your wife, right? That's why.
Yeah, how hard was he going to get kicked out of Vegas? I mean,
Hard. Literally. Mr. Optics, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat. Welcome to our 10-25 game. We stream this monthly on Stone's Live Poker. The Daily Baker 420, nice to see you in the chat. Very nice emojis there.
Peter Reyes takes on the pot free.
You must pay like $25 a month for those emojis. Like someone sending their kids to college with your emojis that you just paid for. Those are sick emojis, right? You gotta subscribe somewhere. Like, he's giving away like 25% of his money to the church for those emojis.
KGB operative says there's a video of a guy walking into the Vegas casino throwing a bag of weed up on the table, and he wasn't banned. I mean, put that in perspective. I mean, and what Brian was.
But you have to understand, the casino is there to like take as much money from you as you can possibly give them. So if you have a lot of money with that bag of weed, they will make sure that bag of weed gets put away safely in a safety deposit box.
678. We run this game the first Wednesday of every month. So TD opened up the button here with the ace-4 suited. Aaron defensive blind with ace-9. Big flop here for TD. Hits a pair in the nut flush draw. Check bet fold. Poker's an easy game. You just raise with the second best hand, flop the best hand.
How do you think I make money? Second best hand. That's what I do. I raise for protection. It's kind of sad that people are still raising for protection, but I don't want to tell them.
Don't tap the glass.
No. KGB operative. He was trying to bag the weed when the dealer looked at him like he was crazy.
He maybe thought he bet too much and took some back.
You know, once I was staying at the Rio, I think it was during the World Series of Poker, me and my girlfriend Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found like a pile of weed in her room, like a big pile. We called security because we're straight and narrow kind of girls.
She's gone.
Wow, the Baker 420. The Baker 420, I'm convinced, is broke. Is broke because he subscribes so much money to these different places to get emojis. Damn! Damn! The Baker 420 is basically showing off a big gold and like diamond-filled Rolex in the form of emojis to the chat.
I didn't know
like,
that was a thing.
Oh, your emojis are so amazing! Oh my god, you must be so rich! You must. Oh my god, come play in a game like 80. He gets all the ladies with emojis. Like, oh my panties! Oh, they're coming right off. I love your emojis. Okay, let's get back to the game.
All right. Put it away now. You're done.
Every pot is more than my net worth. E1080 says. Yeah, welcome to the rest of our worlds. The Baker 422 channels. He's crying. 2 channels cost me 25% of my income, but after taxes.
Matt's gonna raise it up here to 85 with the Queen 7 suited. Aaron's gonna call on the button with pocket 4s. Peter, who had limped, comes along with the Jack 10 suited. King 5-5.
Okay. Oh my.
Joe Flat says I'm the goat. I've tried.
Yeah.
There's not much for Matt to rep out there, but he's gonna bet it anyway. That's 110. And even though like there's not much for him to rep, there's not much the other players could have hit as well.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's a pretty dry flop. I'm Lemon Sun. Welcome to the chat.
Oh yeah, sure. And then you back out of that. Oh yeah, no worries.
Now it's like emoji crazy in the chat. I just point stuff out. That's what I do. So listen, when a flop comes down, like a King 5-5 flop, you were the initial raiser. Better odds that no one's hit anything.
I mean, yeah, and it always depends on how many players in the pot. I mean, if that pot had gone like 5 or 6 ways, Matt's just gonna save the money. He's not gonna see but the King 5-5. It's just like he's repping such a small range of hands. Pretty much only kings. So he's just gonna save the money. But 3-way.
Like a good Saturday night.
Like a good Saturday night, Matt's gonna stick it in there and have a good time.
There's an emoji riot in the chat.
TD makes it 75 to go with a 6-5 of spades. Aaron's gonna call on the button with out of the cutoff with the ace jack
If
off.
it's your first time watching, press the heart. We'll let you know when we go live. We have a game streaming every Monday and Wednesday, and it is very bananas. This is actually probably our most tame game. Queen 7-9, 2 diamonds. Aaron's got the ace of diamonds. AD's got the king of diamonds, and we're all praying for a diamond on the turn.
This is your fault, Veronica. This is your fault. I blame the chat.
There you go.
You know what they're trying to do? They're trying to get a girl's panties off. That's not gonna happen. This show just went like downhill.
So TD, he bets 150 with his gut shot and backdoor spades. 80 is not a believer and calls with King 5. 3 of hearts on the turn. Gives TD a double gutter. He can make it straight with a 4 or an 8. Goes check, check, and king.
Yeah.
And 80 says, yep, that's me, and here's this. He bets 150 right into TD. Like, how did I miss?
Listen, stop riding and
Jesus. This is all your fault.
stop riding in the chat. I'm gonna get fired. And I'm wearing like severe granny panties. Like I'm tucking my boobs into them. Like, come on, I can't take them off. Put it away. Stop.
This is what I have to deal
You've
with.
seen cartoons with old women. You know, they only have to wear a bikini
What kind
bottom.
of cartoon are you watching?
I can't hear you. Stop rioting, you crazy people.
Matt's gonna open up the pot, make it 75 to go with pocket threes. Pretty sick read by AD that last hand. Calling the king 5, check calling king 5 out of position against TD. He just wasn't having it. He said, you didn't hit any of that, and I'm gonna make you pay for it. Sean is now gonna 3-bet Matt. Makes it 225 to go with the jack 8 off. And I expect Matt to flat here. No, wow.
Who is this new Matt?
Well, I mean, looking at how deep Sean is there. Sean's still got 2K and from 2,200 in front of him.
Wow, Randy's got 11.2. TD's the next behind with 6K.
I gotta wonder, I mean, okay, so but like we talk about people misinterpreting their implied odds. Generally most players looking for around 10 to 1 implied to set mine. You're gonna flop set 1 in every 7.5 times, so you generally want a little bit more than that for it to be profitable. Matt
You're talking about implied?
Yeah, implied.
Yeah.
So we have aces versus kings. This,
Oh!
So
Baby,
some
this
of
is gonna be so fun.
Matt's logic there. I'm sorry. I'll let this hand play out.
So,
sorry.
yeah,
I'll get back to that other hand in a minute after we see some. Wow, Aaron just calls kings. He might save himself here a little bit. TD makes it 75 to go. Matt's gonna call it deuces, and Aaron calls flats kings. It's gonna bring Sean in on the button for sure.
The thing is, though,
Or I'm sorry, out of the small blind.
if TD, okay,
And Peter's gonna call as well. It looks like.
with Aaron calling there, does it not look like he's
Okay,
captured
no, here we
range?
go. Peter now looks to pick up this pot. Where's Peter's hand? Peter makes it 5:05 to go.
Oh, it just
And what's Aaron gonna do when
feel like
it comes
Peter,
back to him?
like wrapped himself in butter and decided to come play,
And there's
Get-
Peter ace king. God, how does he have ace king? 5:05.
Oh,
Now there's enough players behind TD where he doesn't want to suck Peter in. Look at Peter's stack. Peter's got 2,400 behind. I'd expect TD to click back here, not put in a huge raise, but enough where you can kind of get this thing heads up with Peter. Now what he doesn't know.
Did you see Aaron? Did you see Aaron's reaction right there? He's like, "What is going on here? I have kings. What is going on here?"
Now if you're Peter, or if you're now here's what Aaron's gonna be about. Aaron doesn't need to. No one knows I have kings here because I just called.
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't it look like he's capped his range here?
Yes, it would seem so that it's capped at jacks, ace king. Wow.
Oh my God! Knittiest Knit from Knitville calls a raise and then
Peter stuffs it,
folds
and TD calls, of course.
I want you to talk to me about kings before while they're wow. Talk to me about the kings right there. I've seen you fold kings pre-flop.
Whole different
Scenario.
It was that was where I 3-bet and then had a 4-bet and a 5-bet in front of me, come back to me.
Does it not look
whole
like
different spot?
Doesn't it look like he's got a little bit of scared money in this game where he's just calling a raise and then folding to another raise? Well, okay, so it was a 3-bet and a 4-bet, and then he folds.
Correct.
Did-
Well, no, there was no 3-bet. It was, yes, 3-bet, 4-bet, fold, yeah.
Yeah. So he's just calling a raise, and then 3-bet, 4-bet, fold. If he was the one 3-betting, I mean, what do you think about that play? Talk to me about that. Talk to me, Goose.
So, yes, I mean, he is facing a 3-bet out of the blinds from a very, very snug player. Peter's got a very tight reputation. Peter is not TD or 80 or Sean. If Sean had put in that 3-bet, it's a whole
call.
Then it also changes the range of hands that the other villain is going to 4-bet with. So if Sean 3-bet and then TD puts in a 4-bet, I mean, they can have a lot more hands than just aces, kings, and ace, king, or queens plus.
My question
plus
is
ace, king.
initially, why didn't he put in a little raise there?
I don't.
Is there any reason that you can see from his perspective?
If he feels, the same reason we saw Matt maybe flat ace king to TD earlier, I mean, maybe he feels that TD's going to be betting too many flops out of position, and he thinks he can not print money, but make more money by flatting there with some of his stronger hands.
So you're flatting with the attendant folding if someone else raises.
I'm not, but as far as his
saying his logic.
I don't think that was his plan going into the hand. No.
God, I lose so much money there with kings if I'm in this game.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing about it is, sorry, this hand's playing out. Matt hits his king here on the turn. Zach's 8s were best, but Matt catches up. Let's put out a little bet.
Yeah, I'm Lemon Son, I agree with you. It was kind of weird that he just flats and then folds. And my question is, had it just been a 3-bet and then, let's not use this. There were so many big hands in that hand, but let's say just Peter 3-bet and then there was a call by TD. Does he still fold there, or does he just smooth?
No. Then I think
just flats.
Well, one, I don't think TD ever just. I mean, let's forget that TD had aces, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm
saying. So Peter 3-bets, and if TD would have just flatted with some other hand, with jacks or 10s or something like that. If TD had just flatted Peter's 3-bet out of the small blind, then when it comes back to Aaron, then I think Aaron stuffs it with the kings.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, not Aaron. You think Aaron stuffs it there with kings?
Oh yeah. If Peter had 3-bet and then TD flatted. And if he didn't have aces, if he had like jacks or 10s or something like that, and decided to flat Peter's 3-bet, then Aaron stuffs it.
I wish we had like a polarized universe time machine that we could bet on to see what would have happened had that been the case. I'd love to bet with you on that. Impossible though.
I could just tell you what would have happened. We could bet. Then I can give you the right answer, and then you can pay me. We're back to this hand. I'm sorry, guys. 9-7-3, 80 flops the best of it. He puts out a bet, takes down the pot.
Suited Aces says a good awful fold. Yeah, I agree. That's actually a very good description of Ace's run there. That the flat. I don't know.
I don't like the flat.
I think the flat may not be so bad if you have other intentions later on, but the flat to any raise is.
So
I don't
one
think
thing to keep in mind, we saw Matt already flat TD with Ace King. Like you said, if he thinks that TD's betting too many flops, multi-way.
Yeah.
Then they might be able to make some money by flatting and then raising the flop, maybe. I'm not so crazy about that with Matt in the hand as well. But I mean, with Matt just flatting, then you can't give him credit for a whole lot of a hand, and he didn't have a hand. The thing about it is, I mean, it's all key because Peter's the one who 3-bet the small blind.
Yeah.
That's the key there. TD's 4-betting range is going to be wider because Aaron just called. So I mean, if I'm Aaron, I'm probably still stuffing just because he doesn't. I'm thinking like, well, he doesn't know I have kings because I flatted here, so he could have some other hands besides just aces.
Yeah.
But because it was Peter who opened up who 3-bet the small blind, and we saw TD 4-bet Peter.
Yeah.
Then it changes. I mean, so that on that.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
who is involved in the hand changes the variable.
Let's say I grabbed the wrong color chips and I accidentally flatted kings there. I might lay down kings. That happens. That happens. I might have done the same thing.
Let's say I accidentally grabbed the wrong color chips and flatted kings there.
No, if I meant to grab 3 white chips and grab 3 greens instead or something.
I love it. let's say I accidentally flatted.
and then it goes 3-bet, 4-bet in front of me,
Yeah, then for sure
I
I
can
fold.
probably consider folding there with you because it's someone 4-betting Peter who's 3-betting out of the blinds.
I believe you because I've seen you fold kings.
Correctly.
You're such a nit. You would have won that hand. You're such a super Mario Brother nit. But I wouldn't have folded kings there. So, I mean, this game is very deep. It is different. I mean, it's easy for me to say I don't play a 10-25 game.
What's the only game?
I would have 3-bet kings, and then 4-bet, 5-bet jam.
I mean, think about it this way. So I mean, I think he's still.
I don't know if I jam.
I think he still maybe gets away from the hand anyway. So let's say
Yeah.
he 3-bets, and then Peter flats the small blind,
And
then
then
get a 4-bet from TD.
TD.
He might still be able to get away there. I don't know.
Miss
We're
Mac is saying-
on to other hands now. We'll come back around to that one. We should jot that hand down about the riding with the fang.
What time do you want me to put?
It's probably about 8:40. Or 8:45.
It's only 7:56.
Yeah,
But
it's probably about
Time machine. 7:50. So 50 minutes in.
About 7. Yeah, probably
Have
about
we
7:50.
been only doing this? I feel like we've been here for 10 years. It's like I'm doing jail time with you. It's long and painful.
We got those little scribes on the wall here.
Help me! Let me out.
Here we go. TD makes it 75 to go off the button. Takes down the pot.
Pigco123 wants to talk about Nano. Well, he wasn't involved in that big hand, so that's why we haven't been talking about him.
No, I think, speaking of Nano, like I said, he's one of those players, if my understanding is correct from the stuff I've seen, he plays more tables, he plays a lot of tables, but rather than just playing, a few more bigger tables, he plays like 20 or 18 to 20 something, smaller games instead. Which is, I think I pretty much capped my ability to play really good poker.
You have capped abilities? Tell me.
Tell me more.
Tell me more.
No, I think about when I used to play. I played 6 tables. I could play 6 tables really effectively. At 8 tables, I would see. Well, I was still making a little bit more money because I was just playing a larger volume of hands. My win rate, per 100 was going down. I wasn't paying as much attention to all the tables of the games, and I was kind of intellectually, and I wasn't using a HUD ever too. So I was.
Sean raised to 75, sorry, and Matt 3 bets to 290 with the Reno vacation hand.
The Reno vacation, the King Jack. 4-bet, Sean. Take no more.
Jolly 2702, welcome to the chat. Nice to have you.
Yeah, but how Nano Noko can play, 18, 15, 20 tables.
He's younger than you and more sober. There it is, right?
Sobriety's hard.
And it sucks.
Cocktails.
We have a zombie rail. 10-3 queen on the flop.
Not the worst flop for Matt Sand. He's open-ended.
I'm Lemon Sun said we need instant replay. We should be able to go back and review the hand. I agree. Wouldn't that be fun? Like a professional sports game.
There's 905 in the pot, and I love this bet by Matt. He bets 425.
Just tell us how you really feel about Matt. If you could have his baby, you would. Just tell us the truth.
He feels that most of these players that are gonna in this spot are gonna have medium to small pairs. They can also have some ace king. They can have some ace queen too. There's gonna be some. And they can have a set of 10s. Sure, why not? But most of the time, that's what they're gonna have. Something other than that. They're gonna have exactly the kind of hands that Sean had there, the medium pair, and they're gonna be forced to check fold. And if they check all once, Matt's got some equity in the hand. You can always keep barreling.
Chip. 11.
When in doubt,
Or you could fold kings. You could just flat and fold kings. Tell me what you think long term. If you did that
Negative
100 times, negative EV. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for.
That's what you're asking. Yeah.
I'm not saying he's a bad player, but that play in particular, he was probably being sneaky. But I mean,
He was being
position.
sneaking and he accidentally saved himself.
Yeah, he got positive EV out of doing a negative EV thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
You know, when I was first getting into poker, I was making money in poker, and I really shouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was accidentally doing the right thing all the time, and it wasn't. But was the method behind the madness that was really lacking.
And then as soon as you get good at it,
I was
you're
like,
like,
God, how
oh,
did I ever
I'm
make money in this
terrible.
game?
Yeah.
I'm the worst. You know, I look at myself now, and I think I'm a profitable player, but I'd hope, you know, in 3 or 4 years from now, I look back at my game and think, God, how did I ever make money? And I hope that progression would continue. That you're always constantly looking back at yourself and wondering, God, how did I ever make money? God, how did I ever make money? Because, you know, the moment, you know, you stop trying to improve in this game, or you stop, you know, adapting on a game that's constantly changing, is the moment this game just passes you right by.
And we talked about that with 678 in the booth. In like 5 years, in 10 years, if you're not, you know, understanding your pre-flop equity, understanding your opponent's range, you're going to be so far behind. You're just like the shit has risen. You know,
Yes.
how the bad players are actually playing a lot better than they used to.
Yes.
It's going to be the same thing in 10 years. What?
So 80.
Sean Drake is so sneaky. He's like a dirty old man with a flask. Anyway.
Wait, did he just really do that?
I did. I love me. He's
80
gonna,
turns the best of it. He's
Sean
got
Drake's
2
gonna
pair.
torment me on Twitter later, as per usual. He torments me more than Andrew Barber.
And Peter's gonna get away from it. He had the best hand. And 80's thinking, God, how do you fold there? How do you not have a king?
Sparks25, nice to see you in the chat. Evangelion TV. Was a Supernova elite himself for 3 years. Playing against him was tough. And they're talking about Randy in C2.
Who is this?
Evangelion. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. I pronounce every
Evangelion?
Yeah. Let's call him
Was
Evan.
Supernova Elite? Wow. Our good friend and co-commentator Michael Longcar was also a Supernova Elite.
Co-commentator, where is he, Michael Longcar?
He's
Running
still partying.
around,
Yeah,
tournaments,
he's been barreling pretty
partying.
hard. He's been barreling the poker social life really hard lately. Good for him.
I mean, yeah, walking red carpets is not a bad deal. The
Could be
Daily
worse, could be
Baker,
sober.
Daily Baker 420, welcome. Anyone who enjoys my company is a friend of mine. Unlike Jake. I watched Jake fold King's pre-flop, by the way, to like a min raise. He's terrible. Come
TD
down
makes
here.
it 75 to
Free
go
money.
with deuces. Matt's gonna flat the king queen suited. Zach comes along as well, and 80 defends a blind. 9-6-4, 2 clubs. 80 flops middle pair. I'm sorry, bottom pair. And he's gonna bet right at it. Zach here, top pair and a flush draw, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see Zach check raise here.
Our Bay Area transplant.
He's just gonna call. Six on the turn. Now 80 might be thinking that he just has clubs. And he might be trying to squeeze some value out of him. He thinks his 4 is still good. He bets 175. He's laying clubs a hell of a price, so he's not expecting Zach to fold here, even if he had clubs. And Zach's just gonna call. Zach might be worried that AD could actually have a 6 here, and he could.
That's the thing with AD, he's hard to put on a range. I mean, he's playing very quiet, I guess, tonight. Normally, he's playing almost every hand, any range.
And look at this. AD bets 300 now. And he's turning like his pair of 4s into a bluff here, and he did. He knows it's not good.
Oh, good pair.
Zach check calls. Takes down the pot.
AR King said Zach should have raised his hand on the turn. I don't know. That would maybe take some of Bluffs out of 80's range. Had he raised the turn?
Yeah, I think if you're gonna, I think check raising the flop would have been a really great spot to check raise, especially if TD's got, or I'm sorry, if 80's had any kind of backdoor outs, they're still gonna be live on the flop versus you win on the turn if you do it. He's gonna have lost a lot of equity there if he does have, he did have any kind of backdoor draws. So I think if you're gonna keep him in the hand, the flop would have been a better spot to check raise.
Shaq Spencer asked why buy in for so much to bully everyone.
Shaq Spinner.
Spencer?
Where?
Shaq Spencer? I see what I want.
I agree with 6, 7, 8. Raising the turn would have been bad. The turn is definitely a check call hand. I concur. Nano Noko, Randy Lou makes it 75 to go with 7, 8 of clubs. Sean.
I love the guy named Knit Poker is trying to bug the knit at the table. I love it.
King 6-5 and Randy bets 80. Sean lets it go. TX Poker 30, welcome to chat.
Did Sean Drake this year get close to a bracelet again?
I don't think Sean spent a lot of time down the series. I know he went down there for did a few events, but he didn't like spend the whole summer there. Sean had other stuff going on. He wasn't bracelet hunting, so to speak.
Yeah,
because
2 years in a row, 3 years ago he won a bracelet for the employees event. Then the year after that, last year, was it last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, so he got third place in the monster stack.
Correct.
And nothing last year. I don't know about this year.
No, I don't think he spent a lot of time. I know he went there for a while. I'm not sure where his results ended up, but he didn't grind out the entire series like he has in years past.
Knit Poker, I love you too. Although I'm sure Knit Poker was just saying that, with sarcasm. But looks like we're getting a call from AD.
So Randy raised with a Jack 10 here. Both Aaron and 80 have the same hand, and they flop the same equity here on the 5, 7, 8.
Yeah, if the 9 comes though, Randy's gonna have the.
If the 9 comes, they're in a lot of trouble. 9.
Ghost of M, what is up? Plastica's in the house. She's gonna be in Veronica and Friends this month. Checked around, and now 80's gonna lead at it.
And I like this raise. No.
Oh, 80's raising. Sorry.
Randy bet 80. Aaron called. And 80 put in a raise. Small raise. As it is now, Randy turns the best hand with a pair of jacks. He's going to check over to AD. And AD's going to keep betting. AD bets 200. Call.
Oh, we were hoping for a different river.
The King of Hearts is actually, a fairly safe card for Randy. It's hard for the King to connect with anything that 80 would have raised a flop with on 5, 7, 8. He might have some hands like 6, 7 pocket sixes, 8, 9. He could have sets as well, but it's hard for the King to really improve anyone, any kind of hand that's raising the 8, 5, 7 flop. Randy's going to show the Jack.
So, do you think if check to AD, if AD puts in a decent sized bet, like $800-900, you think he gets?
It would have. Yes, I think he does. But on the other side of it, it's hard. But I don't think if Randy was to be check folding there, I don't think it's because the King comes off necessarily. Because like I said, it's hard for the King to coordinate with anything that would have been raising the 8, 5, 7 flop. If he's going to be check folding on the rivers because he's figuring the 80 would flop a stronger hand, flop 8, 7 for 2 pair, a set of 5s, something like that, or even just a hand. He would have drawn out on the 8, 9. But he would have figured that he was raising. If he check folding the river, it's not because of the King. It's because he figures that 80 flopped a stronger hand. And I think it's a mistake that a lot of players make is you know, a bad river card will come off sometimes, and they'll check fold the best hand oftentimes because they're like, oh, it's an overcard to my pair of, you know, whatever, who cares, without realizing sometimes that the river card really doesn't match up with the, it doesn't coordinate with the aggression and where the aggression came through from the other player and what the board texture was like. You know, someone raising 8-5-7. It's hard for the king to, you know, to do anything. I mean, they're not going to have a lot of kings there unless they're just randomly racing
The king
king queen.
essentially was what you're saying, a brick on the river.
It's pretty much a brick. I mean, it's a weird brick to think that it's an overcard. It's a brick, but that's a pretty bricky card.
The king is a bricky card.
Yeah. Not in limit hold'em, because in limit hold'em, I mean, I got 2 hole overs. I'm being laid like 15-1, so I keep it in the call button until I get there. You know, but in no limit.
We know you went through your 3-6 days.
We don't want to talk about that, but
We do.
I mean, so
We
I mean,
do.
I mean the 80s bet sizing on the turn. I mean, besides being giving Randy a hell of a price to follow through now with his, you know, top pair and inside straight draw. I think if 80 was to go fire and a little harder, his flop rate, and even raise a little bit more on the flop even. It's going to look a lot stronger. You know, if he makes it, you know, 275, 260.
So like a good prom date, he wants to go harder.
Yeah, and then follow through in 350, and then you bomb the pot on river for like, you know, 500-600, and then it's a lot hard for, you know, one pair hands to call you there. I mean, at that point, I mean, if you're Randy, you almost got to check almost everything with kings or jacks, of course.
Yeah. I see AD's problem right now. He is yawning and he needs some espresso.
I'm with you.
We should have sent him like a coffee martini.
They have those?
I feel like we should be doing muffins with Alec Baldwin.
Your muffins are very moist and delicious.
I was thinking, like, is that some new street drug I don't know about? We should be doing muffins right now. Like, what is that?
Sweaty balls.
6 7 8 is look at that guy sitting at the table just trying to figure out who's got 15K when they leave.
So Hell Ziegler says it still doesn't make sense by the river. Why would he bet that board hard throughout the hand when the nut changes every street?
I mean, the nut only changed on the river. The nut was the same on the flop through the turn. No, the nut did change on the turn because then the 9-10 made the nut. It's true, and then hearts got through.
E1080 said it was sexy muffin talk. Damn rights. I'm all about sexy muffin talk.
6 7 3 2 diamonds.
Did you miss me?
80's got the best of it. I did.
I
Sean's got 2 overs and backdoor diamonds.
I'm banned from bringing whipped cream into the booth, but I can talk sexy muffin talk.
80 bets 100 and Sean flicks in the chip. Boom. Sean gets there.
Disco? Kind of a disco.
Kind of disco. Do a little dance. 80 checks over to Sean. I would expect Sean to value bet here. There's no point in checking back. Once again, it's hard for the queen to coordinate with anything on 6-7-3. But mind you, 80's a guy who could have very well have a hand like queen 6 here. It's kind of gross, but 80 has a lot of those hands.
So just his posturing, to me, I think especially with someone like Sean Drake, who's a very good player, you don't want to posture any sort of weakness. And that the way he put his chips together, the amount of time it took him to call, it looks weak, I think. No?
Now look at this though. The ace falls on the river. 80 goes back, checks his cards, and is now cutting chips. And right now if you're Sean, like, Jesus, this guy's got ace 7. Oh, it's such a small bet though.
It's a small bet, yeah. If
275.
If he
but
had made the
that's
bet
gonna
like
look very
600.
value-y. I wouldn't be. I mean, Sean's gonna call.
Yeah, it's too much to.
But you know Sean wasn't in love with it there. When the ace falls and you see AD go back and squeeze his
That's
cards.
what I'm saying. If 80 had made it 700 or
immediately reach for
800,
his chips.
I would have overbet that pot if I were AD there. If I had the nuts that AD has and the chips, I would have overbet the pot just by like $100. and
I love all the
"Oh,
variables. If I had the nuts and the money.
I'm telling you, I want to do bets on parallel universes that it did happen and see if Sean calls. Sean probably folds there for what was the pot? 1100 if he bet 1200.
Yeah, I think if 80 bombs the pot, I think Sean folds. Especially you know like with the body language there.
Phil Helmuth, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Haven't seen you in a while.
As it is, Sean makes good projects on the pot. On the next hand, and it looks like did Sean limp here? Wow. Sean limps the 9-8. He might feel that Randy's going to be overplaying his button.
Yeah, we do have Nano in the game. If you're just tuning in, hit the little heart. We'll let you know when we go live. Nano's in the game.
And speaking of feeling that someone's going to be overplaying their button, TD makes it 360 to go with a 6-7 suited.
Welcome to the game, Randy.
And this is what I'm talking about. This is like one of those spots where you got a couple grimy players immediately to your
TD's
left.
doing it for the fans. He's like, yeah, I got some ladies watching. You know, gotta do. They'll be like, was that the best hand? He'll be like, yeah, I'm the best.
Alfred 905, welcome to the chat.
The Daily Baker asked if I'm married and can I cook smatches? Smatches? I can cook a lot of cabbage.
How are you pronouncing that?
Smatches? I'm definitely very entertaining. But yes, I'm married. I'm married to a very handsome man. I'm actually married to a rocket scientist.
Yeah, isn't that kind of crazy?
Can't beat that. Who's chip leader? Alfred. 905 asks. It's a cash game.
Matt opens up the small one with 8s.
I feel like if I saw Aces run in public without his hat rim on, then I wouldn't recognize him.
No, I have, and I didn't. Not out in public, but like in the poker room. He wasn't, and I was just like, "Who is this guy?"
What?
And he's like,
He
"Imagine
showed
me."
up somewhere in the poker room without a hat on, without a hat rim.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Who is this guy?" I think I saw him up at the bar, and I was just like, "He was talking to me," and I was just
Oh,
like,
he takes
what?
off his hat when he goes to the bar just to
Whatever,
refresh
yeah.
his forehead.
And I was just, I'm looking at this guy like, God, this guy knows me, and I kind of feel like I know him, but who the hell is he? And then they're like, oh God, wow, you're Aaron.
Your ace is Ron.
Mr. Jonathan Drake makes it 75 to go. Ace King. Aaron now, speaking of the devil, is going to pick up 10s in the small blind. He's going to just call. It's going to price in Adam Bishop here, Reno Grinder. Call with a 6-5. King, Queen, 9, 2 hearts. Sean hits top. Aaron's got an inside straight draw. Everyone misses. Or I'm sorry, everyone hits but Bishop. Check, bet, fold. Easy game.
Does Aaron need the nuts? Is he a nut player? Is that it? Is he only playing with the nuts?
I mean, okay, so he's got 2 nut blockers. The 10s. But there's 2 overcards. 2 is 10s, and he's out of position. I think if Aaron's in position, I think
Doesn't matter. Just joking. I know, stop.
Okay. But yes, you're right.
What time is
Let
it
the
right
record
now?
show,
Let the
yeah.
record show I was right. Correct. Once. Twice in my life. I just want to talk about Randy right now. Behold, the chip stacks of Randy.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Nano Noco, chip stack of doom. I have to do it. I mean, I haven't done it in like.
Yeah, you can't not. It'd be awkward if you didn't do it.
Right?
80 is going to make it 75 to go with a Jack 10 of clubs. Matt calls it at a cutoff of 6s.
Heel Zinger 9 agrees with me. Woo! AD. Merry Christmas, my friend. 10-10-4 on the flop.
Yeah, and I expect Matt to call one time here. Oh, Jesus.
You didn't say it. You didn't say
I
it.
caught myself.
Oh, I hate when you're not organic.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Did we get a Jack on the river one time?
I just
Here we go.
just love this board, man.
I just love this board. 80 bets pretty small here. And Matt's going to put in a raise for sure. Matt doesn't believe in slow playing.
And AD,
Or the Easter Bunny.
AD thinks he's playing right into him. What, I mean, I think AD's thinking, does he have a better 10? Hopefully he has a worse 10. Could he have a better 10? Does he have an overpair? Would he have played an overpair differently on the flop?
I expect 80 to just call here.
People are calling for a 6 on the river, a Jack on the river, or a 4. 5 of spades. Completes a backdoor spade draw.
I don't think it's going to slow down Matt at all. I'm sorry, not that it would. But I don't think he's got any reason to believe that improved AD. But here comes AD. Kind of a blocker bet here. That's 225.
Now we've seen him bet small tonight with nothing, and now he's got 10s, and he's got these small bets. So.
I think we're going to see a fat raise from Matt, and I mean a big raise. I wouldn't be decided to see him, overbet the pot here. Covers a lot of chips. He doesn't overbet the pot. And 80 moves all in.
You mean Matt?
No.
Oh,
80 says...
so Matt raises and 80 jams?
I'm pretty sure... I thought I saw 80 say all in.
No, because 80
No.
doesn't have him covered.
Did 80 fold? Wow, 80 folds a Jack 10 face up. Oh, no, he did
No,
he did
yeah,
call.
he called, yeah.
He called.
He just, yeah.
Oh, he called it off.
Oh, and he's pissed. Yeah, he's been kind of running bad tonight. He's kind of getting the second best hand. And we've seen him go through this, and then we've seen him run over the table.
Heartbreaker river card.
Yeah. Yes, Poker Pro Eric, the dealer did move all in. Great observation.
Chips on 11, please.
Yeah, Rick and Barstow, we have had a lot of Neanderthals and knuckle draggers in our chat tonight. Fortunately, it hasn't been a huge percentage. We have our awesome regulars.
Okay, so Matt did say all in. Matt moved in. Okay. So that's what, okay, he just grabbed a stack of white, but he said all in. I just couldn't quite hear the action.
Yeah. Marvelous Mars is obviously streaming from Mars, and he's on a one-way Mars mission.
Good for him. You know what? Things are, I think they're not so,
A little bit of poop, you can grow some potatoes.
that's what I hear. But, they're not as messy as they are here on Earth right now. I mean, they don't have a really messed up presidential election on Mars right now.
I don't even want to talk. Politics is so messy in America. It's so messy. It's like a red light district. I hate talking about it. I purposely...
But it's like we know they exist, and we know it's there, but we just don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it, and Justin doesn't want us to talk about it.
Probably not.
It's uncomfortable. It's like finger up your bum with no lube. It's uncomfortable.
That's just...
What did you bring me here for? Did you bring me here for eloquent poker analysis or dirty talk with a little bit of poker?
All right. Point taken.
There we go. Yeah, so let's talk religion. Well, we can talk about mythology if you want. Ow! Damn! Don't get me started. I'm gonna get verklempt. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Peter Limpton 9's here. And 80 makes it 75 to go.
I'm Lyman's son. Thank you. I am an instigator. You should have seen me in school. I got in trouble all the time.
And here we go. Peter flops bottom set and 80's got top pair.
Oh. Oh, you know, this has been a rough go for AD. Just no 4 on the river. Peter's putting in a little raise, 225. Heel Ziggler, don't do it. Don't do it, my friend. You're better than that. Gankle, what's up? Welcome to the chat. We're waiting to see if AD's gonna make this call. He is. He's posturing like he's calling. He's just steaming. He's got steam coming out of his ears right now.
How did
He hates it.
deleted?
How did what?
Gankle get deleted.
Gankle got deleted?
That's what I'm saying. Who deleted?
Gankle's our crew, man. I thought Gankle was one of us.
80 makes a call on the turn.
Rum Cake, what's up? Nice to see you. I got some ball loving online from Rum Cake.
80 checks.
I feel like he's gonna do a crying call here.
Nope.
Oh, good. Good fold. Thank goodness it wasn't a 4 on the river. You know, I kind of wanted to get a little bit of money back, get his mojo back. There's nothing worse than getting kicked in the nuts all night long. Unless you were paying for it. That one time when you were in Austria? Yeah, that's a different story. Marvelous Mars. What's up? Heel Ziggler. Who else did I miss? GS Warrior. So, were you enjoying doing commentary with the other Justins? I mean, the other Justins, the Justins.
I had a lot of fun, but you know, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I miss commentating with you and Val. I mean, there's actually dynamic. I mean, you got that special something about you. I mean, that extra special something about you, just a little crazy. And Val's a poker wizard, so.
You're like my husband. He wants to hang out with girls on his time off. He wants to talk to girls. Like he's around, you know, like
Chicks, man.
Chicks, man. Like, yeah, you don't want a sausage party 24 hours a day.
No, but we had a lot of fun.
JFK Stones. You should fire Jake
sewing.
now because he dissed you.
Here we go. Randy and AD gonna get mixed up here. Ace 7-7. Both players hit the ace. AD's best, of course, the king kicker.
I'm Lyman's son. I missed you.
And I would
too.
expect Randy to do nothing but check call all the way down.
I stalked you outside of your window for 6 months. You didn't notice, so I stopped. I'm talking about I'm Lyman's son. So I'm Lyman's son said AD no re-raise. I think he's kind of steaming. He looks super frustrated to me.
It's a tough spot for Randy. He's only beating ace 9. And I mean, that is it.
Shaq Spencer said AD's gonna get rivered. No, he didn't get rivered. Thank goodness.
And now, for AD, you're only beating ace, queen, and ace 10. And ace 9. Still more hands than Randy's beating. But for AD, I think you stuff it.
Nice to see you. What is this is? It is Jake.
Stuff it, AD.
Mr. Randy Watson, sexual chocolate. I love me some Coming to America. AD, I feel like, is off his mojo. You know? He's like, oh, do I have the worst hand again?
There you go, AD.
Nice work, AD. Ship it to mama when you win. Just say that.
And Randy's gonna pay him off. And AD's gonna get a little bit back.
He hates it, but he doesn't know it yet.
All right. AD will get the double up.
DO7 missed us. We missed you too. I baked a pie with your face in the crust, but you missed it because we ate it.
Yeah.
That was a good pie, right?
Yeah, you ate that a little too slow. That was awkward for everyone in the room.
I just wanted everyone to see me chew real slow and lick my lips. Next to that lamp. Very dim. Just, I don't know. I feel like I could be a horror movie director. Can I have some here? Oh, we forgot to bring water in here. Timer 1, 2, 3, 4, double 5. I like it. If you're a time traveler, let me know, because I am too. Forward in time.
Only one guy that AD can beat is Randy Lou. AD's run this game over before. He's had a tough go of it tonight. I mean, that was a really tough 6 on the turn there against Matt.
I'm Lemonson asked, do they only have a single 10-25 game? No, we've got 20 of them going. This is just one. This is a side game. No, this is our only 10-25 game currently.
Presently, yeah.
We have a 5-10 that's feeding into it. Mustak asked me if I'm bringing food or dessert. I will order whatever you want, and I can bring some dessert. Oh, thank you. I was just going to go get some. I was going to drink all your juice, but now I have water. TX Poker 30, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat. Deuce on the turn pairs the board. I'm not sure what Sean Drake has. And TD's picked up a diamond draw. Heel Ziggler, why I'm not playing? I would have been in this game had I not been doing commentary for sure.
We can't see Sean's hand. It checks through. And it looks like Sean have a 5. Oh, Sean's got 9s.
So one thing I noticed that the blinds change the dynamic of the game so much, it's incredible. You play a 1-3 game, although it could be straddled for $50. What was Frank straddling his biggest straddle that night? $65, $75?
I mean, during the show or
During
after?
the Veronica. Oh, I
That's
guess
different.
after is different. After you guys missed, we should have gone live after because it was crazy. But the game was playing really deep, 2-3K, and people were just splashing chips, especially after the show.
Yeah, it
got crazy.
It was 1-3-50.
Yeah, and so although okay, no one had 10K in front of them, it still was a huge game. But because the blinds are different, it seems like the game is just so much more quiet, less social.
Whole different environment. I mean, there's also a lot less wine at the table in this game than there was in the Veronica and Friends game.
That is true. Add 6 bottles of wine to any poker game,
Yeah,
and
it's gonna juice it up a little bit.
juice might be a very soft word to call it.
So here we go, Sean opening your pocket 4s, and Randy's gonna 3-bet him again. And Sean might be getting tired of this. $6.25 in the pot.
How many tables does Randy play at a time? It says on his Twitter. 25?
I've heard it's. I mean, not while he's streaming, obviously. Well, he might. I don't know. But I've heard rumors. I mean, he plays up to like 20, 24 tables at a time.
Crazy. I follow him, but he doesn't follow me. You can follow me if you want.
Sean makes a good call here.
Does this 8 change anything? There's a
No.
backdoor spade draw now, but essentially, if he felt he was good on the flop, he still has to feel good.
So there's 2 ways to play this hand for Sean. One, you can check back, keep Randy's bluffs, and another, you can bet and try to get him to fold out his equity.
Ah.
Jack on the river. And Randy is going to value bet. I love this. He knows he got lucky. He knows he got there. He's making a little half pot size bet. And now I think Sean gets away. So if you're Sean, you got to know that Randy knows you're never checking back the turn without some showdown value, without a pair. So if he knows that, if you know that he knows that you're never checking back without a pair, I didn't want to see that.
So this is what Sean Drake's gonna do. He's gonna make like 3 more Twitter accounts tonight and blast Andrew Barber because of this.
Why?
It's always Andrew Barber's fault.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
why. Okay.
That's why.
No, I was gonna say. So if I'm there, if I'm Sean, logic and rational says you should never checking back the turn without some showdown value there. If he had called flat with a draw, that he's going to definitely be betting, and he's going to bet all his bluffs in the turn after Randy checks. So if he knows, and he knows that Randy's got to know that. So Randy knows that he knows that Randy knows that he's never checking back the turn without a pair. Randy's never betting river without a pair as well, which means that 4s are no good.
Yeah. This is a different type of.
But part of the
A type of game, like
Yeah.
the levels are a little deeper than a drunk 1-3 Veronica and Friends, I guess.
Yeah, no, and try 1-3 Veronica and Friends game. I'm probably raising 4s. It's gross.
on the river.
On the river.
I raise. What? I haven't looked at my hand
He never
yet.
has it here.
Frank didn't look at his hands at all for quite a few cards. I don't know if you guys got that.
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did.
He just didn't care. It was a beautiful thing.
He is my favoritist. Yeah, I don't mind the way Sean played the hand on the turn, checking back and keep Randy's bluffs in. But when the jack comes off, it would have been different, if let's say a 7 peels,
Yeah.
or a deuce, or definitely, or anything else. Then it's a lot hard for that to hit Randy's 3-betting range.
Rumcake says Randy still plays over 20 tables.
There it is. So there's your answer, kids.
Sober. I'd love to see that drunk. 3 bottles of wine. Let's see how many tables he plays now. Right? That's the test of a true poker player. Right? 6, 7, 8? So Rumcake is going to be in our.
I think he's gonna come play the. Is it the?
Is he playing Omaha?
Yeah, I think he's playing the PLO game.
No.
I think so. I'm not sure. I think that's word on the street. I might be mistaken.
We're gonna have Scott Ball. What else we're gonna have? We're gonna have some famous people in our PLO game.
Val Cross.
Oh yes, Valerie Cross is by far the most famous.
Nickel-
Bart Hansen.
Bartholomew Hansen. Sean McCormick.
Damn,
Maybe that's what I
Daniel.
was thinking. It might not be Scott. It might be Sean. I was thinking. Sean McCormick's playing.
Now Rumcake's like, what the fuck? I'm playing PLO?
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't you. It
might be now.
I was thinking of Sean McCormick. That's who I was thinking of. Not you, Scott. Now, and then Nikolai Colvin, of course.
Are you saying they all look the same? All
Yes.
those professional poker
Yes.
players?
Same. Pasty guys that wear too many hoodies. Never see the light of the day. Randy makes a 75 go.
Reno Grinder.
Reno Grinder. 7-6 suited. TD, here we go. Puts in a 3-bet to 250.
Hail Ziegler, nice to see you in the chat.
And just as Sean might have been tired of getting 3-bet by Randy, Randy might be getting tired of getting 3-bet by TD. Randy has a hand he can 4-bet with.
Yeah, you don't want to flat with this hand. You want to raise.
I definitely prefer to play it as a 4-bet or fold hand. I mean, you can flat. They are deep enough. I mean, he can't flat, but he's out of position. If he's in position, I think he can flat. Out of position, I prefer to play 6-7 as a 4-bet or fold type hand. And
In 2016.
And Randy's going to take the more aggressive options. Usually, the best idea, especially when you have an aggressive player to your left who is capable of three betting you light.
I love this. I feel like this is caramel on ice cream right now. It's so like TD and Randy. TD's like such a perfect player.
And little does Randy know, he was 4-betting light for value. He was 7 high. Oh yeah. So
I love it.
It's always fun to like, go back and look at those hands and like, oh wait, damn, I was ahead there. Who else can 4-bet light for value? Randy Lou, ladies and gentlemen. Nano Noco. Nano Noco.
Heel Ziggler. Sorry, I was busy. He's like, I've been here for an hour, but it's all good. Wave the white flag. I'm sorry. There's like 400 people in the chat. What do you want me to do, huh? What do you want me to do? I had my coffee. I talk. What do you want me to do? I can't remember everybody.
Phil Helmy saying I would get torn up in this game. Like this is one of those games. You better bring your A game. Like then we talked about that, the spot that Randy was in and having Matt and 8 and TD do stuff. We've seen TD's 3-bet him in there with a 3-4. He threw at him earlier. What was the hand? 7-5 or some other.
Tell me what the best seat is in this house. I think Aces Ron has the best seat in this house.
Yes.
Okay, wow. Okay, so number 2, I'm right again.
Peter's an absolute hell where he is.
Yes.
He's sitting behind Randy, Katie,
Absolute
Matt.
worst seat.
He's got position on Sean and 80. So I mean, there's something said about that too. You got position on Sean and 80. That's good.
Basically, off the table is the best seat.
Yeah.
Railbird.
Give me that Railbird spot right there.
Yeah, this game has no cap, correct?
Correct.
Mortgage your home. Come on down, seat open. We'll put a 10th seat on this table for you. Zach's got kings.
TD made it 100 to go with King 6.
The thing is, Zach hasn't been very active. And again, I always say this, when you're not very active, you're not going to get paid off on your big hands. So it's not lucky to get big hands. It's lucky to get paid off with your big hands. The more you know, children.
Where's the little rainbow? Puck 66 says, when you have a nit at the table, is the right way to play just not giving the action? Yes.
Fighter Jet, it's Y-O-U''RE if you're going to say you're ugly. Just letting you know. Get your grammar right. Bring your A game. If you're going to troll, bring your troll A game. Fighter Jet 545 says you're ugly. He's probably talking about you because obviously, like, the Fighter Jet.
No, he just said you're ugly. Like, you have, like, it's you're ugly.
Oh, yeah, it is you're ugly.
You're
because
ugly.
he said the wrong you're, yeah. Because he's not bringing
Well, we don't need to be grammar Nazis.
I do.
Weak kid to me. We don't need to be weak kid to me.
Oh. F you.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
To.
To who?
No. To whom?
I like it. Next, you're gonna come with your A-game Polish jokes.
Sorry, little bit of knock knock jokes in the during the dealer change.
You bring your level down to me when I'm in the booth with you.
Secondhand stupid's a real thing.
Hey, I just got that.
Raise to 75.
Peter makes it 75 to go.
KGG Bacon, nice to see you in the chat.
Matt flats his 4s.
Matt's doing a little bit of set mining again.
And Zach here gonna 3-bet his second hand in a row.
First kings, now queens. Representing Sacramento. This nice t-shirt on. Please tell me that's a raise. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Raise to 280.
Peter ain't having it.
Lyman Busto keeps getting deleted. I love it.
Matt can flat here, and he will. Zach has not been playing a lot of hands, and so when he's 3-betting, Matt wants Zach to have a big hand so he can get paid off if and when he ever hits his 4.
You know, it's science. There's always a king whenever you have queens, but he is open-ended. Poop Fest Weed Lord 420. Beautiful name. Welcome to the chat.
Check, check. Peter would have made jacks fold. No one cares what you fold.
Thank you.
With Matt having just flatted Peter's open, it's harder for Matt to have a lot of this board. It's more likely Matt has a hand like Matt has. So Zach's trying to keep Matt's bluffs in if he's going to try to take a stab at the spot. As he checks him out on the turn, Matt does not take a stab at it. And so Zach...
Did he lose a little bit of value here with his entire range?
I don't know how much value he lost because it's hard for Matt to have a lot of that board because he just flatted Peter. I mean, so he doesn't have ace king.
Any king he has beats him. Any jack he has beats him.
I mean, the only hand. I mean, but how many tens is he calling a 3-bet with? I mean, other than Jack 10 maybe, which then outflopped him. I mean, it's if he's got.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the way that hand plays out. I mean, the only hands that he can get value from or that connect that board that Matt could have are going to beat him most of the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, as it is, I mean, it's kind of it looks like it's kind of a passively played pot, but Zach was hoping that Matt would try to take a stab at it. Matt would bluff at it with 7s, 8s, 4s, a hand like that, and try to pick the pot. And Zach can bluff cash, and that's the only way I think Zach makes any money in that hand. I mean, as it is, and I mean, look at the way it played. Had Matt opened and then been the original guy who opened the pot, then Matt might have more of that board. Might have some hands that connect that still might be second best. I mean, there's not a lot of second best hands that connect with that board. I mean, only like what, king, queen, and jacks. No, or not jacks. Like jack 10, not even jack 10. I'm sorry, queen 10. Like, there's not a lot of second best hands that connect with that board. But that's the only way that he has a second best hand that connects with that board. Having just flatted Peter's open, he just.
It felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not good. I love lamp. I'm with you. Jack 3-5.
You love leathery lamps.
Oh, please. Aaron, he's got an open-ended straight draw with backdoor diamonds.
I was just imitating you with the horse.
Oh.
What's the horse song again?
Goodbye, horses.
Goodbye.
Q Lazarus.
Goodbye, horses.
You're not saying it right.
Do it, then.
Queen on the turn. 80's got a gut shot. He'd called the flop here. Just gonna check it over to Aaron. I think Aaron should fire. The queen can improve 80 if 80 had check called. Of course, the obvious hand is king or queen jack, I should say. But I think if 80's got queen jack, Aaron's gonna find out right now.
So AD, I feel, is a little bit off his game. He's been running bad, and I can see the steam from here. Normally AD is a really fun, talkative, smiling guy, and he's kind of down in the dumps right now.
He's had a tough go of it. He's gotten unlucky a few times.
He's a good guy. I had a long talk with him after our last stream.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah. Mao Jen Gojaza. Ciao, Veronica. I think that's my Italian friend. It's not buenas noches.
No. Ciao, it's Italian. Tony.
It is.
Yeah, so tell me Italian then, Mr. Italian.
Italian. There, yeah, I told you Italian. Italian.
It's boopity boppity. Just like
Belfassino. Grazie.
Grazie. Marker down. Nice to see you in the chat.
Aaron limped in the ace-10. Peter checks his option on the big line. I can't see his hand.
Hell yeah.
Jack 9-7. I would expect it to check through, and it does. Sean hits his 4. Don't know how many better hands Sean's getting to fold here. He might just want to throw away a 7. He bets it anyway. Peter makes a quick call. He can get value, I guess, out of a 10. 10x, that is, just an inside straight draw. You can get value out of clubs. And there's Peter with the Jack 3.
Look at AD. AD's just sleeping. This is the most boring 10-25 game AD's ever played at. Ugly Brat, Ugly Black Prince, what's up? I almost said Brack. Purple Sofa, what's up? Nice to see you.
Purple Sofa, so people at this level opening too tight or is different from online because the 6 max versus 9 max. Yeah, very different. Like I said, players, you're going to have to open up a lot more hands playing 6-handed. And also, just...
You talking about your range or are you talking about your amount?
Your range
Okay.
bands. Yeah, you're going to have to open up a much wider range playing 6-handed. Because I mean, hands go up in value, playing 6-handed. It's harder for someone to make the nuts. Versus a 9-handed ring game. Also, you have to, online play tends to be more aggressive just in general. It's not just for, I mean, 9-handed online play versus 9-handed live play tends to be much more aggressive. So then once again, you gotta play more aggressively. So there's, or usually widen your range, or you can nut pedal too a little bit more, I guess. But mainly the big difference you see between most of your online cash games, which play 6 max versus live games.
Wow, Zach's just hitting the freaking pair.
Top of the deck.
The top of the deck.
He's hitting the top of the deck. Randy's going to defend 2 unders. We'll call this Plan B. Ace 5-6. Zach's not going to be in love with that ace. Check that fold. Shaq Peter says, if I crush 1 cent, 2 cent online, could you crush 10, 25,
Yes.
5? There's only one way to find out, Shaq
Yes.
Peter. Get down here. Barrel.
Bring it. Bring your $10 bankroll. What kind of bankroll do you need for 1 cent? 1 cent, 2 cent?
Like $10.
I would spew through $10 in a 1 cent, 2 cent game in like 2 minutes. Like a prom night.
Oh my god.
2 minutes. Everything's prom. I had a rough prom. I didn't go actually. I didn't go to my prom. Did you go to your prom?
No.
You asked 3 girls, they all said no.
No, actually really embarrassed. I was actually asked by 2 girls, and I told them no. And we went out street racing instead that night.
I asked 3 guys, they all said no.
Really?
Yeah. One on the football team, I got courageous. His locker was near mine.
And you were on the football team?
No, he was on the football team.
So how was your locker needs? Oh, like your regular school locker. I was
Yeah,
thinking like your
school
gym
locker.
I
Yeah.
don't know. You said football team in the locker. I thought
Yeah, in the gym locker, you know, me and the guys.
670 says he's watching Jay Carver. That's Jason Somerville play 5 cent, 10 cent today, and it was the best stream of all. That's awesome. I could Somerville playing 5 cent, 10 cent. Hey, you got to do it, man. Everyone starts somewhere.
And has to go back somewhere when they get clobbered.
Right? No, at the time back in the day, I mean, that's all we did. All we did was build fast cars and street race. So when it came to prom night, it's like, well, okay, but that's Friday night, and that's the night we go.
Yeah, we wouldn't
Run
want to
the car.
ruin the rest of my life by
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
making
have
this
that memory like
mistake.
going up. So yeah, or ruin a couple girls' lives by saying it's not anything they wanted to like.
They
prom,
wanted to marry you.
They went they were the girls who went prom didn't have a date, they still went to prom just without a date, and I was at me and my really those A-holes who just blew the chicks off. And,
yeah, your story's just getting worse.
isn't it?
You just ruined your life. I mean, you didn't go to prom. I didn't go to prom.
You didn't go to prom.
Yeah, I didn't go to prom because I asked 3 guys and they said no. I would have. They ruined my life. You ruined their lives. Those guys still went to prom. You didn't.
You know what?
It's okay. The girls that they went with got pregnant and had 3 kids with 3 different guys and work at the local bar in the same town I was born or raised in.
See?
See, and look where I am, right?
Here with
What?
us.
What? My glorious life. Ugly Black Prince said he stayed at his prom long enough to take pictures. That's all you need. Just to prove to your parents that you went.
Mustache 7 to 7. I got asked both years. Senior prom. Oh yeah.
80 picking up some AK for 80.
So I think
And he's still miserable about it.
Did Zach straddle here? I think that's a $50 straddle from Zach.
We have a 10, 25, 50 game going on right now, ladies and
There
gentlemen.
we go.
80s found his mojo again. Puts in a little raise to 150.
And Aaron in small blind, ace queen. Gets rid of it that fast.
I'm Lyman's son. No, I still am not hot. I just get them to have like 7 filters on me on the show. Ooh,
And
disco.
it's an okay flop for Zach.
Disco. ADC bets. Don't take too long, Zach. It looks too obvious.
And luckily for AD, he is completely missing all of this. Check, check.
Good check by AD.
And thank God for AD, he whiffs. Oh, and Zach checked.
It's a good check. I mean, it keeps all of AD's bluffs in his, I guess, river betting range.
Well, once he checks, that's it. Once he checks back the turn,
Oh,
80 would have continued betting with any of his overpairs, and it's hard for him to have an 8 raising effectively under the gun. So the only way Zach makes any money is by checking 80 and letting 80 bluff at it. There's never, like, someone asks me what's the best line with quads. There's never a good betting line with quads because you got the deck so crippled, and it's hard for anyone else to have anything. You know, unless the board like 4 flushes out or something like that. As played, Zach did take the best line here. Check call, check raise.
And 80 knows. 80 knows. 80 knows. 80 knows that he has more than he does. He can beat a king high bluff. He can beat a king high bluff.
He can't beat the 4-6, but then again, Zach wouldn't check raise the 4-6. He can beat the ace deuce.
Boy, Salad, you're horrible.
He called.
Oh, gross. He hero called. He hero called. Again. Tell me my theory, because I want to create a theory, a new theory on bluff raising river.
Players don't do it. They don't bluff raise river. They don't bluff check raise river.
Yeah, it's like, what's that other theory you saw? That was an obvious theory.
Zebo's theorem.
The Zebo's theorem. Let's do a J raise V straddle theorem.
The VJ theorem.
The VJ. The VJ theorem. Bluff raising river 95% of the time is never a bluff. So we can't call it bluff raising river. Raising river. Oh, AD. My darling, I'm so sorry. You had a bad run. Bad run.
Yeah, so like talking about the hand, I mean, and quads. And it usually sucks. I mean, usually rather flop a set than flop quads, just because there's at least more ways that you can get value out of your hand. Your hand's still probably going to be best, but at least there's a little bit more board texture that your opponent can connect with, so you can actually get paid on it. When you flop quads or when you make quads, you just have, like, you have everything so crippled that it's really hard to get paid making quads. That's it for that board. Zach took the best line he possibly could.
I was going to say, I've seen on this stream, I believe it was a 10-25 game, where someone had quads and TD had a boat.
That was it. It was someone made quad nines. It was, and TD had aces full.
Yes.
Aces full of nines.
And
got check raised and folded aces full.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And that was, obviously a little different board texture. So I mean, that one you can actually almost expect hope your opponent would have some more of that. And that spot, like I said, I mean, it's really hard.
Did he fold the river again? There's no bluff raising river. Did TD fold that river? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he folded on the river.
He folded aces fold.
TD's such a beast. God, if he has a girlfriend, she can't lie to him. Like, he would catch it right away. He's probably a corporate lawyer, or like a criminal defense lawyer. He's like Johnny Cochran. He gets everybody off because he's such a beast. Anyway, I'm embellishing the story.
And Aaron has found a hand he just might go with.
He might limp with it. I'm just joking. Aces, Ron. He knows I'm joking.
What do you makes it 400? Peter's got jacks, makes it 75 to go. Aaron, let's see where the sizing's at. 185. Wow, small re-raise. It says, "Come hither, Peter. Come hither." Is Peter 4-bet, intention to fold to 5-bet? You flat, you set mine, turn jacks into a set mining hand.
Mustak said, "I've check raised every street once." Good for you.
All I heard was Mustache played limit hold'em before.
That's actually not a bad flop for both hands.
Expect Peter to check call.
Heel Ziggler says Peter should just fold now if Aaron told the table he folded kings earlier. They're all watching too.
And that's part of it. You got a guy who's flatting king. What's his three betting range? Only aces, right?
Only aces.
Which is fine if you're gonna turn your if you decide to turn jacks into a small medium pair and you want to set line with it, and that's exactly what Peter does. Peter check folding jacks there. He is putting Aaron on and only on aces.
There are other players though that, although aces Ron 3-betting range is only aces, some people can't let go of their hands.
Some people can't. Some people can be like, okay, he could be bluffing, he could have his king, could have his queen, you know, and
maybe
I got a whole overpair.
I like it. I got an overpair.
Just gonna shove it, all in for 30K. Who knows? And there was a story. It wasn't the main event this year. It was last year. Deep in the main event, player. And there was an under the gun 2x open.
Now I want to hear about the quads folding this year.
No. There was an under the gun 2x open from an eventual championship or bracelet winner. What's his name? Guy won the main event 2 years ago. Last year. Who cares? Anyhow, guy 2x.
Sorry, I was looking at Gay Corpse's calling at least one straight, if not super exploitable. I don't know.
I mean, here's the thing. If you can, I think against any other player, he definitely does call at least one street. But when you said you have a player whose 3-betting range appears to be only aces, then you can confidently turn a hand like jacks into a set mining hand and check fold when you don't flop a jack.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. God, I'm just gonna book him. What can I think of the guy who won the main event 2 years ago? Help me out in the chat here, guys. The guy that won the funny main event champion. I should know this. I follow him on Twitter. Joe McKeon, thank you. Rick and Barstow. Joe McKeon.
Complained about the earlier start time. He said that we were all slaves.
Yes.
I'm listening.
What on earth? Wow. So McKeon 2x is under the gun. And it folds down to the big blind. And they're both pretty, it's main event, so you get great structures. Most players are still deep. And the guy looks in the big blind, looks down at queens. And folds.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this before.
And everything like, okay, that's ordinarily why it's people went up in arms about it. And I feel rightfully so. Just I mean, even if you're that confident that your opponent has to have kings or aces, and McKeon doesn't, obviously. At that point, he'd been bullying the players in the tournament for some time, as he had built a fairly large stack. And this is fairly late in the main event. I think we're down to...
So he had basically put in a range for his...
He had decided. The player had decided to fold his way to the final table. Is what he had decided.
So it wasn't about ranges. It wasn't about.
It was about trying to fold your way up the money ladder. But really, I mean, even if you think your opponent's got aces or kings, if you won, if hypothetically if you were that confident that your player's only opening under the gun aces or kings, and you look at a queen for the big blind, then you can turn your hand, into a mentally into a small medium pair and just set mine with it.
Yeah.
You just don't be folding any pair to a 2x.
Did he have enough chips to set mine?
Yeah, he did. I forget. I think they were still at least 40 bigs deep.
I am Horror Crusher says day 7 he folded queen pre.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Oh wait, it was day 7 folded queen pre. What? Who folded queen? I don't know. So it was an ICM play. I guess I get it, but I don't like it. I mostly hate everything. But then I hate everything. Peter's open-ended. Zach's got top pair 10 kicker. Well, the board pairing at least gives. Zach, I don't think he's too worried here about where he's at in the hand, but if he was beat with the 8th pairing, does give the opportunity maybe to get counterfeit the other player's kicker if, say, a king or a queen were to come down.
Yeah, he said the play you're talking about was day 7.
Yeah, it was day 7.
With the queens folding. And so, this year, quads folded, quad 7s.
Yes. Face up.
And we don't know if he was correct or not.
Correct.
Barf.
And I expected that he wasn't, just because the player didn't show. If someone I'm sorry, I don't care how bad. I'd have to really hate someone if someone correctly folded quads to me.
You would, yeah. You would be
I had a straight flush.
Massive respect.
I would have to
right?
really, really hate someone to not show them.
Massive respect. But the whole thing is during the series, it's such a big spectacle. It changes everything. People just get nervous and crazy and don't want to show anything.
And you think maybe you got a guy on his heels and he's gonna start playing scared, and you don't want to discourage him from doing that.
Jesus, that's ultimate playing scared. I don't think I could. Only one hand could have beat him, right?
The queen 10
of diamonds.
Queen of spades, or queen 10 for the straight flush.
I couldn't do it. So there are 3 cards to a straight flush, and he folded quads.
Yeah, board was king jack 9 7-7.
Did anyone see that? Did anyone read about that?
Everyone did. I think I've talked about it on the stream now 3 or 4 times. Queen Jack here. Matt's 9-10 is open-ended with backdoor clubs.
Joe Flat 007 said they said he told the guy that he had a straight flush. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Poker Pro and Eric, you're right. Veronica does not ever fold. But I play a lot more cash games than tournaments. It is true. I think, of course, he said he has it. I think that's insane. I couldn't have folded. You fold quads?
No, okay. I didn't see how the action was leading. All I know there was a river bet and then a jam all in, I believe, or I don't even know if it was if the quad sevens bet and they got raised. All I know he was facing an all in bet for his life. I think there's so many other hands.
Only one holding could beat him, and it has to be the exact holding. It wasn't just a 4
Correct.
card to a straight flush. It was a 3 card to a straight
Correct.
flush.
I don't fold.
I
He could have king's fold. Get a king's fold, jack's fold. He could have the ace high flush and be playing the ace high flush.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah, we've talked about this already, but
I bet that was Nydia's knit from Knitville.
So here we go here. Randy limps the button. Matt makes it 1:15 to go. Aaron calls under the gun +1. Randy did not limp. No, he limped. He limped the button and folded to Matt's open at the small blind. Ace 5-10 and Matt outflops Aaron. Yet somehow Aaron thinks that Matt's up to something. Now, mind you, Matt is up to something, but he's up to something with the best hand.
J-Corp says Nano is his father.
I can see it. And Aaron floats Matt Holtzclaw and gets him to lay down the best hand on the turn.
So again, you can exploit your own image. You can exploit the other players because of your image.
Okay, so Joe Fly 007 got some more information on the hand. Bowker, who was the player who laid on the quad 7, said he didn't 3-bet on pre, so he thought he didn't have kings or jacks full and would he really raise the river with an ace-high flush on a paired board. So there was no. So Bowker had opened up the pot with the 7s, and because there was no 3-bet, he didn't think he had jack, kings, or jacks, and he didn't think he would raise with an ace-high flush on a paired board.
I'm never folding quads. I'm just gonna say it. I'm never folding quads. What if I hit the bad beat?
Sean raises, takes down the pot. So players in the chat are now resorting to claiming Nanonoko
As their father.
As their father.
And they're fighting over each other. Children.
Everyone in the chat, you're all brothers.
Yes.
Get along with your brother.
And Nano will write you checks tomorrow for child support to all of you.
Uh, 6, 7, 8. We don't know if it was a good fold. Guy didn't show.
Mustache says I folded bottom full house once. I was wrong. Last tournament I played, I folded a full house. I thought I had a worse full house. I had the bottom end of the full house. I was wrong.
It happens. Happens to the best of us. Matt makes it 75 to go. Reno Grinder is going to call on the button, ace 10. And Aaron's going to defend the big one with 3-2 suited.
3 players.
Apparently we have a child in Twitch TV. Queen, King, 7, 2 hearts.
And Rumcake's finding out just how loose Randy is. Off the felt. He's got all these kids out here and doesn't even know about it. Matt's open-ended. Reno Grinder's got a gut shot.
There's like, I'm obviously a legend in the chat. I'm everything and everyone to all of you. 7 pairs the board.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Quad 7s versus...
Better luck.
Check, check.
What's up? There's my shout out. King, double paired board. Ace high's good.
Matt's going to give it up, and Reno Grinder's going to take down the pot. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the first pot that Reno Grinder's taking down. He hasn't had a lot of cards to work with.
I actually, I tweeted him on the Twitter Messenger, and I was like, we've got one spot open, do you want to come down? And you know, a typical degenerate, I don't know if I can make it, driving from Reno. Yo, I'm leaving in a few minutes. You know, once you get that itch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I gotta go play a 1025.
I can do it.
But Reno's got some good 1025 games rolling all the time, I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Blue Note 3 says Veronica has a bracelet from Triple Draw. Shh. Don't tell anyone. That was when it was at Binion's. I'm that old. That was back when I was dating Danny Negrano and Todd Brunson at the same time. They used to fight over me.
Wow. Todd gives you action on Twitter, right?
Todd Brunson loves me. We're friends on Facebook, and Pamela Brunson's my friend too. I actually like that family.
Yeah.
My husband hung out with Pamela like one whole evening at the World Series of Poker Europe one year. It's a long story.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
How's that happen? So is that the World Series Poker
They didn't
Europe
have
hanging out
sex,
with
I
Pamela
don't think.
Brunson?
But No, they were just like sitting around. They like bumped into each other and started chatting. They were standing around each other, and then like they talked all night. And he said she was an awesome chick.
Aaron makes a 75 to go, Queen Jack suited. Randy's going to defend the big blind with a 5 tray off.
Jack deuce 7 on the flop. Nothing for anyone. Aaron's still ahead. Checked around. 10 on the turn.
Aaron checks back to Jack. Or no, he didn't check back. He checked into
Oh, sorry,
he was
Jack.
in the small blind. He now leads. Oh, I love it.
Chuck Norris is my bitch. So it looks like TD's like taking a food break. It's a 6-handed table. I will honestly tell you, I love 6-handed poker.
6 max
6 max cash
is better than
game
sex.
is a good game. Veronica caught all of the Pokemon.
Oh, it's gonna fold over to Reno Grinder. Gonna get 75 to go with a suited ace, and Sean Drake's about to pick up kings in the small blind.
Did I tell you we made a love connection on Veronica and Friends?
You and
No, not me. Obviously, I'm married. No,
Oh.
there was a love connection.
oh yes, no, I saw that.
Yeah.
Sean makes it 225 to go. I've just had some really good 6 max. That's all, rum cakes. I've just had some really good 6 max.
I don't want to keep going with this because I feel like I was off for like 6 weeks and Justin's gonna fire me and come back for one stream. Wow, when clever chatters go bad, they get banned.
What?
I know, right?
God.
It's like Gay Corpse. He was just really
See,
clever,
that's happened.
borderline.
You gave all the Nazis swords.
I didn't.
I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't give anyone swords. I didn't sword.
I don't know.
haven't sworded a single person.
I don't know. You're here and I
You
can
know what
blame
you
you.
are?
You're here and I can blame you. So
You're
I
a Trump basher. You're a Trump basher. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'm
blame
sorry.
you though.
I'm sorry. I can read. My bad. Raise the 75 from Zach with the deuce tray of hearts. Sean defends the button with a 6-5 off. Queen 7-8. I think Sean can go either way with this hand. He's just gonna call.
Flamingo's on fire. I'll be doing some overtime live streaming talking about this meaning of life and how delicious pizza is.
Zach's gonna pick up a heart draw here on the turn, and he might. Yeah, now he's gonna double barrel. I think he was gonna do that. Oh, there we go. There's 2 white chips there. There we go. I like his sizing. 355 in the pot. So we have at 280. 255. Stand corrected. Now Sean makes a pair to go along with his open-ended straight draw. Comes along. Hearts for Zach. Pairs the board, but I don't think he's going to be too worried about that. I think if Sean had a set, he would have played it a lot faster than this. Zach's got to feel very comfortable. You can't love that his hearts are small, but it's hard to put Sean on hearts given the way the hand played out. Looks like 505, 605, 605. Big bet from Zach. And Sean's gonna really. he'd probably check most of his queens, except for pocket queens. The way the hand played out, I wouldn't. I mean, it'd be a big call, but I could see a rhyme to the reason if Sean does call here why he thinks that Zach's just full of it here. I mean, he pretty much has to have backdoor hearts or queens full, right?
Yeah, that's about. Well, he could have eights full.
Eights full, yeah. It's pretty much it's a boat or nothing. I mean, he can have backdoor hearts, but that's harder for him to have backdoor hearts, even though we know that's what he has. Rum cakes is jam. Stuff it.
And in a tournament,
Sean calls.
Wow.
And that's one of those hands. Yep.
In a tournament, Sean Drake jams there.
No.
Yeah.
Why? Because if you're jamming, you're thinking that he doesn't have a.
Because he knows where he's at.
You're just trying to piss me off. Don't you piss me off. No, he's never jamming. I don't think it's a bad call from Sean. It's so hard to make big hands like that. And the way the hand played out, I mean, it's hard for Zach to have a. I mean, Zach's he's got to either have like eights full, queens full. I don't even know the way the hand played out. Is he betting, aces or kings there? Is he really going to value bet aces or kings, or looking for check call aces or kings?
Either way, Sean's beat.
But I'm saying, so if he wouldn't value bet aces or kings, then it's a bluff. He kind of has to have queens full or eights full. It's harder for him to have, even though we know he had backdoor hearts. It's hard. I mean, the way the hand played out for him to have backdoor hearts.
What I'm saying is that Zach's one of the more snug players. Is he capable of bluffing that river?
If you recall our last 10-25 game, Zach had a lot of gears with him. And I don't know, I mean, what other playing experience Sean and Zach have with each other other than what we've seen tonight. The way the hand played out, I can't fault Sean for calling.
Okay.
It's hard to make big hands, and I think you would expect Zach to look to check call his ace queen, his aces, his kings on that board the way that played out. I mean, Sean can have a 7 there as well. So let's say, I mean, if you're in Zach,
Check call the river.
no, if you're Zach, so let's say you're Zach here with 2 black aces. Okay. And the board runs out, and Sean goes call, and then that river card comes off. I mean, it's not far. I mean, if Sean can have a 5 there, which he did, it's not possible for Sean to have a 7 either. You know. I mean, I betting aces, kings, ace, queen there. I mean, I think you can bet aces or kings, but it's, I don't want to say ambitious, but I think check calling is more standard with those stack sizes.
So he wouldn't have let out?
On the river with aces or kings. So which means that if you can take those hands out of his range, he kind of has to have a monster.
Okay, so what you're saying is Sean should not have called.
No. I said it's not that bad of a call because it's because Zach has to have a monster or nothing.
Or nothing, or a bluff.
Or a bluff, yeah.
Okay, so that's a polarized bet on the river, is what you're saying.
The board is polarized, yeah.
Okay.
Even though he had backdoor hearts, which is another possibility there, but that's just that's less likely. Even though we know it's actually true. Don't say bad things about Sean Drake, all right? You leave Sean alone.
Leave Sean alone. I won't say anything bad about Sean Drake.
I think it was a fine call.
Without his beard, he's less loved, but I won't say anything bad about him.
I think he ran better with a beard on.
Because we're superstitious and
you know what?
believe in those
I
things.
trimmed my beard and I'm stuck like 2K this like week and a half.
It's your damn fault. Why'd you trim it? Who told you to trim it?
I don't know.
Vodka told you to trim it. I'm surprised you didn't come in with like a bit of your beard chopped off on one side. Vodka and I broke up.
Doesn't love me anymore.
Straddle, Paul the Rays, a lot of quads, straddle.
Yeah, Stone's Life Poker, Bob, aka Bob, brings up a good point. Why these trolls think the best channel to troll is the one where an executive at Twitch is hanging out? I don't know.
It's all in fun. You just gotta troll them back. I'm with you.
I'm not
KGG
saying.
Bacon says Twitch wouldn't feel right without trolls. I think that's probably true for any and all social media outlets. Like, if you're in any kind of public platform, or you're gonna have people who want to make a mess of it.
I have a troll theory.
Troll theorem. Let's hear it.
Because look at how we've molded Gay Corpse into a wonderful citizen of our chat. He's loved and adored. He wears a polo shirt with a blazer. You know, like he's like a Mormon kid.
Drinking cans of Diet Pepsi on his couch.
Yeah, like a Mormon kid going to door to door. Have you watched Stone's Live? Can I interest you in Stone's Live? You know, like he's like such a good kid now. I feel like the trolls, we have to like bring them in, caress them to our bosom, hold them tight, allow them to kick and scream a little bit, and then set them free into our world and allow them to be a good positive troll. Be clever. And then let us enjoy their spewage. And then eventually come on Veronica and Friends, like Gay Corpse. I have reformed Gay Corpse and refined him. I'll take all the credit.
And I'll take all the blame.
He used to, like, try to destroy me on here. He knows it. Bigger Ultra says spewage. Be a positive troll. Quote unquote Veronica Brill. All right, we got a raise from Matt to 75. Couple callers.
I'm positive I'm going
Flamingos on Fire says I want to be the new Gay Corpse.
There's someone who wants you to take them under your wing, B.
And Gay Corpse says I will definitely cash out. Gay Corpse, you're too deep. You're too deep into this. You're like a big corporation. You're too big to fail.
So we're playing 6 max right now, and this game is like so now that's playing 6 max. It's gonna settle into a spot where I think players like Sean, Randy Lou, TD are gonna be much more comfortable playing. Like we talked about this last time that we started playing 6 max. The volume of or the range you need to open up or the way you need to open up your range playing 6 max. The amount of aggression they need to have pre-flop. I think much more suits Sean, Randy, and TD than the other players. Not like the other players, you know, aren't fine players. You know, like you give me hell. I talk about Matt all the time.
You're madly in love with Matt. We know it.
I'm a big fan of Adam Bishop, the Reno Grinder, and Zach's a great player as well. But I just think, you know, the 6 max playing style is going to be something that Sean, Randy, and TD are just going to come much more natural to them.
It's natural.
Natural.
The skin is like butter. This game is like natural for them. Poopfest, Weed Lord, you've lost all your credibility by referencing The Land Before Time, a crappy childhood dinosaur crap movie.
You hate great movies though. So
No, I don't hate great movies. I love great movies.
Really? What movie did you watch last night?
There Will Be Blood.
And?
It was so depressing. I cried going to bed.
So
Thank
wonderful.
you very much.
It's a wonderful film.
It was
You're
gritty.
welcome.
It was gritty.
Great acting.
It was like street
My
tacos. It
straw
was like, good.
Your milkshake. Drink it up. It's wonderful.
It was gritty. I mean, there was no time travel. There was no,
I'm sorry.
a theme with
My
it.
bad. I referred you to a movie with great acting. My apologies. Next time I'll refer you to a movie where shit just blows up. And like
No,
chicks are naked.
I don't like stuff that blows up and chicks. I like levels upon levels and time travel and, you know, thinking about it. Not just having painful crap happen to you the whole time and then die. That's what it was.
And it was wonderful.
It was pain, agony, and death.
And it was wonderful. Zach's gonna make it 75 to go under the gun with Ace Jack offsuit. Sean's gonna call it King 9 suited. Adam Bishop.
She watched Jeepers Creepers too.
3 better fold type hand. He's gonna fold. Heads up to the flop. And here we go, kids. Sean flops top pair and King 9 flush draw. Zach's got an inside straight draw to Broadway. Don't think there's many better hands that Sean gets Zach to fold, so I'd expect him to call here most of the time. He does.
If you guys are going to talk about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Hot Tub Time Machine far exceeded Bill and Ted. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I like to think about movies and levels and levels.
It's a joke. Here comes Sean. He gets checked too.
185.
So this shows a little bit of weakness from Zach, this check. He let out on the flop, and now he's checking the turn. Who was saying, I think it was on Crush Live Poker, they were talking about how aggression is mainly in the front end of the hand. Oh, no, it's just 678 was talking about it. How aggression's mainly in the beginning part of the hands. Yeah, he slows down here.
Zach's got nut no pair. He can catch bluffs.
Stone's D3P. I agree with you. I have a massive crush on Christopher.
Sean is going to value bet his King 9.
I wish I had a walk-in closet.
Sean loses to King Jack and King 10.
Zach's not calling this.
But I think he can get value from a queen. He's hoping Zach's got a hand like Ace Queen here. And is going to look him up. Zach's got, like I said, nut no pair, but I don't think he calls. He can beat the Jack 10. He can beat hearts that didn't back into a pair. He calls, wow. Good value bet by Sean.
Sean's getting some of his money back.
Gets a little bit back.
So, from Zach's perspective, what is he thinking Sean has?
Either
Worse air?
Jack 10 or busted hearts. The good point that, and I was about to make mention of myself that 670 mentions, is that Zach's holding the Jack of Hearts. It's the worst heart. When you're hero calling there, that is the worst card to have in your own hand because you're blocking a heart and a Jack 10 combo. Where the two most likely draws that Sean has that bricked off, which would make Ace Jack good. Now, you don't want to be blocking your opponent's bluffs when you're hero calling, and the Jack of Hearts is blocking both of the bluffs, the Jack 10 draw and the heart draw. So
678's never ever calling there with Zach's hand on the river.
I didn't say that he's never calling. I mean, I'm not saying that Ace Jack's never good there because it is a certain frequency of time. But I think with that side, I think you can fold. I mean, and every now and then you're gonna get bluffed in this game. That's part of the game. And
If you're never getting bluffed, you're a calling station.
correct. So I think it's fine to check fold there, especially with the Jack of Hearts in your hand. It's such a gross card to have.
Shaq Spencer brings up a really good point, and we talk about this all the time. The biggest positive EV thing you can do to improve your poker is to take body language classes. And what is that website? We always talk about it.
Beyond Tells.
Beyond Tells.
With Blake Eastman,
Awesome.
who made a deep run. I think he made day 6 in the main this year.
Wow. Yeah, he's got an awesome site. I've checked it out. I know you've watched some of their videos too.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually send them videos of yourself. If you played on our live stream, you can take the video and send it to them and they can analyze it.
Yeah, they will break you down for a nominal fee, which is fairly cheap to the amount of money that I would imagine that you're going to save or make over the course of your poker career. You can send a video of yourself playing poker, and they will break you down.
You'll be like,
and tell you this is not just give you general physical tell, body language, BS that kind of is very broad across broad players. They will tell you, here's what you do.
You'll be like in debt to the mafia. They'll break you down, break your knees, destroy your game, and then you'll come out a better person.
TD makes it 75 to go out of the hijack. Sean's going to defend the big blind, can't see his cards, and that's a mildly wet flop.
Anyone with quads here should fold.
Sean's got ace-10. Wow. Check folds the ace-10. I don't hate it. He's out of position. If he's in position, I think he definitely calls. If TD can have a lot of junk there, which he did. But if he's got any kind of heart or jack, he's gonna have a reasonable amount of equity against him. And what are you gonna do on this? I mean, if it's a player that you know is just gonna slow down, if you check call and your opponent's gonna slow down with if they don't have you beat, then you can check call a lot wider range of hands, bottom pair, much more frequently.
We have a couple players that do that on a regular basis.
When you have a player, when you're facing a player who's capable of putting pressure on you on multiple streets, like TD is, check calling bottom pair on an all-suited board like that, it puts you in such an awkward spot on later streets. I really don't hate Sean check folding bottom pair there with the overcard kicker and the inside straight draw. It might seem kind of snug, it might look bad considering that we can see the cards, but when you think about the hands that TD can have, and he can have a lot of junk too, but he can have a lot of hands that have a lot of equity against Sean as well. And if Sean's at a spot that you're going to have to call off a lot more. It's not just calling off the one bet and then rolling it over and saying, hey, did I outflop you, or am I good? It's multiple streets, lot larger size bets against a player who's capable of putting max pressure on you. I don't hate the fold.
Bigger Ultra, you are the chat hero. Daycorpse is the troll hero. Don't get upset. We love you, baby. 6-9-8 on the flop.
Sean and TD both flop a piece here. Sean's best with his pair of eights, inside straight draw. TD's got the bottom pair and the same inside straight draw that's worse. Both draw to a 7. TD now catches up and makes 2 pair. Puts a one-liner to a straight though. TD's gonna fire right out at it.
I think everyone's waiting for Nano to play. Everyone keeps talking about Nano. He is the hero in this game.
He is, but since he quit 3-betting Sean, he hasn't done a whole hell of a lot. He 3-bet Sean for a while and finally decided to 4-bet TD and has since gone back into hibernation. Wow, Sean calls and now makes the overnut. There's a straight on the board, but Sean's holding the 10. It's not the super nut, but Sean got there. Bomb. Polarize. A lot of chips, Sean. Big bet. Or that. 365. It's gonna make TD call off for a chop. It's no good.
Yeah, TD's not calling here. TD plays perfect. I'm just gonna say it. If he calls here, I will go into shock and eat part of my shoe. He's not calling. I have so much. No, he's raising's not calling.
TD calls.
Ah!
Sean
no
shows him the 10.
way. That is the first.
Players don't like getting bluffed. Players don't like getting bluffed even more so on a live stream.
That was the first time. I like this guy folds boats.
Aces full. He folded aces full.
Aces full. He folded, and he calls this for a chop. He's drunk.
What do you want me to say?
Phil Helmy says, "Eat your shoe." I can't. Tuck still has to shave his head because he lost a bet against me. Remember when Sean Drake folded his jacks in that tournament? He'll never live it down. He folded jacks, and he's like, if he folds jacks, I'm gonna shave my head. And he never shaved his head.
Yeah, but you didn't say book it. You didn't like. I mean,
Yeah, we were set. He didn't do anything. I'll lick my shoe after the stream. Get the shoe out to eat now, Philadelphia says. You guys are the worst. I thought for sure he would fold. I would never think he would call for a chop there. Although I do know now that TD is not a robot and is a human being.
Yeah, I know. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
And he's vulnerable sometimes.
And someone else has kings again. TD on the button.
75.
I think it's 75 to go. Reno Grinder is going to defend the small blind with the ace-9. And now Zach's getting a pretty good price with a 6-7 off in the big blind.
377 May 1 champ. He said, talking about Hollywood last time on the ace, king, queen, jack, 10, I'm assuming, with 3 hearts, player folds, and end up steal.
Zach puts in a 3-bet. It's not a bad spot to 3-bet the 6-7. The problem is, unfortunately, TD's got king. Wow, it's a big 3-bet. He makes 3-10 to go. It's a big 3-bet.
It's a get off my pot 3-bet. I think Zach's gonna shut down here.
905 from TD.
It's so moto to say he's gonna shut down here, but yeah, he's gonna shut down here. Not too quickly though. He doesn't want to make it look like he's bluffing. Yeah. So I've got Waprai, Rick and Barstow, Gay Corpse, Plastica, Woman Rider, Mustak. Who else is in my game? 2 more people. I have my list at home. It's gonna be a good game. A good Twitch, Veronica and friends. Wake up.
I'm alive.
Where's your tea?
Over there somewhere.
Oh, T-Burke. T-Burke's in the game also.
175.
Oh, T-Burke's in the game.
Yep.
Way cool.
I am not going to hold I Like Callie Donk's seat because he won't return my texts or my messages on Twitter about it, so whatevs.
Brother kind of fell off the face of the planet, didn't he?
He's still on Twitter. He's lives on Twitter. He's a legend.
That's right.
We're still talking about him.
I have him muted on Twitter.
You muted him?
Everywhere I opened on Twitter,
I know,
it was like 900 things.
Yeah.
And then I forgot I was just going to mute him for a little while, then I should probably unmute him. I figured, I'm still going to see stuff he like tweets at me, so. Shaq's Peter 32 says bring sticky rice to play at Stones.
I forgot we bought them drinks. He's like, thanks for the drink. I tried to get Bart Hansen in my game, and he was gonna come down, but he had to go visit family instead. But he would have come play 1-3. That would have been fun, huh?
Sean turns a deuce and bets into Reno Grinder's trip 3s. It's in a small raise, takes down the pot. So it's gonna be tough for Reno Grinder to get action on his hands.
Where does Randy live?
I think he's out of the Bay. I'm not positive, but I think he's out of the Bay.
The Bay's nice. I want to live in Carmel with all the retired people
Yes. Me too.
by the beach.
Carmel by the sea. Last time that we were, we went up to Monterey. We did the 17-mile drive. We were at Carmel by the sea. I kind of went up into town there and grabbed a few flyers from some real estate home prices. I can't afford to live there.
Yeah. We can afford a 1-bedroom half bath.
A 1-bedroom half bath.
Yeah. You shower outside.
We got the beach right there. What are you gonna do?
1,100 square feet for 1.2 million. It's just like LA.
Dat Boy says, I have no idea how to play poker.
Neither do we.
It's easy. Just click the little heart. Follow us. We'll let you know when we go live here. You never know. You just might pick up a few things. Beautiful game. Randy makes it 75 to go off the button with the King 7 suited. Matt defends.
Randy catches a piece of it on the flop.
8.
And I can see Matt check raising here. That's a pretty good board for where his range should be out of the big blind. Little does he know, Randy actually has it right here. 4 diamonds on the turn. Where's Matt? We saw Matt's hand flash, but now I can't see it. I forgot what he had.
Thanks, 678. I'll be watching your next live stream. I've subscribed to you. I don't know why I don't get notifications.
And it's gonna work. The diamond comes off, which also pairs the board. Kind of a funny card there. Matt the double barrel. I mean, if he's check raising the 7, the 4 and the diamond are bad cards. If he check raised obviously a diamond draw, that's good. But then now for Randy to fold King 7 there, you can pretty much decide that Matt is only check raising diamond. Well, not only check, but that he's check raising diamonds a very large percentage of the time. What was Matt's hand? I know it didn't show just now, but it was up there for a moment.
I
was it
did.
not?
I missed it. I was looking at the.
Did anyone catch Matt's hand?
chat.
Well, Watright says the 7-6. Oh wow.
Oh.
Matt had, so there it is. So Matt check raised top pair inside straight draw. He must have had the 6 of diamonds too, yes?
Call.
Sizzle says it was Queen Jack off.
125.
Randy bets 125 on the Jack 6-3. TD makes it 300 to go with top pair. I'm Lemon's announced that. I'm not falling for it, guys. Now they said it was Queen. Stop. Am I just? I'm not making a
Is
fish.
this live?
God.
You fall for everything a lot.
Yeah. It is. I'm just so trustworthy. Like people in the chat, they're like, they say things. I'm like, man, they're probably telling the truth. They're probably good people.
I can almost see your jawline. It's weird.
Yeah, no, I trimmed off too much.
Do you feel naked?
75.
I feel weird when I look in the mirror. I'm like, whoa. Like it's. I don't know.
I know. First thing I saw you, you were like, you didn't notice.
And now you notice.
Now I'm
I mean, I
noticing.
had it up to like,
Good play.
and then I.
It was this big. 6-4-6 on the flop. Was this a straddle pot?
150.
It's $50 pre. Were they straddling? So we started talking about your beard and we missed the pre-flop action because of you.
It's okay. TD wins with the Jack Dewey. Because it's 6 max poker and you gotta have gears. Primal Pawn says, ask what do we full aces pre against Reno Grinder.
I can't even fold like tens pre to anything or anyone.
Because in Veronica's mind, there's this little voice that says,
You can do
they
it.
can still have ace king.
No, there's.
Live players overplay
you-
ace king. They can have ace king.
What if you flop a set?
What if
75.
Hope springs eternal?
They will pay you so much money if you do.
Oh my god, what if you flop the set right now? That'd be so awesome. And then you call.
And then I watched Dalton fold his first hand, pocket fours, and he had 4 flops, and I watched as long as I could that tournament on Monday.
Oh, that was late. Val and I were here talking through till midnight.
That's why I don't like doing tournaments.
Common courtesy, we are at Stone's Gambling Hall, just outside Sacramento, California. Beautiful card room. If you get a chance to come through sometime, you should. TD goes runner, runner, 2 pair.
Again, if this is your first time tuning in, hit the little heart. We'll notify you when we go live every Monday and Wednesday. We usually do a 5-5, 5-10, and once a month we do a 10-25, and a couple times a month we run a 1-3.
And the 5-5 PLO's good.
Oh yeah, the 5-5 PLO. I mean, we're smorgasbord. We do everything. We just need to run a good horse cash game, and that'll be it. No one can beat us.
Speaking of horse, I'm not sure if you were Kyle Grewing, your honey badger, cashed in a horse tournament this week.
What? He plays horse? He plays.
He plays
other?
tournaments.
Yeah, right.
He played a tournament. He played a 2-card poker guy that plays just 2-card cash games. Cashed a horse event.
Wow.
And I asked him, like, how did this
That's not
happen?
saying that he's that good. It might be saying that everyone's that bad.
Wow.
He's a
like,
wizard. He's a wizard.
There we
He's
go.
one of those guys that
let's make it a good
plays
thing.
a game for 2 hands and it's like, okay, I get this.
Yeah.
And then he's got an edge already.
Yeah. He was saying that he likes mixed. You were talking about horse and mixing. He says he likes mixed games. He just doesn't get a chance to play them. That's what I was like. Dude, we should get a regular mixed game, going on, at least once a month. And of course, Andrew's like, "Oh, host." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, of course you will." Sure, it's in your own little money farm.
110.
I actually listened to Andrew and Tuck on what's it called? Poker Night in America. It was pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
See, Gay Corpse is now trolling the chat, but he's mildly trolling.
Mildly. Ryan Smith won and says, "Do you guys ever spread PLO 8?"
Yes. Yes.
We'll spread it if the players want it. I'm one of the players who's always clamoring for it. We get PLO pretty regularly. There's
had it on
not
the
as
stream.
large of a population, and we'll play 08. There's not as large of a population of the high-low players that will still play pot limit. Myself, Nick Colvin, a couple of the guys are who you'll see in our 5-5 PLO Deej game.
You guys should do a 5-5 PLO split with a 5-5 PLO
5-5 PLO 8. Oh, like a half game, like half high, half low.
with a half kill
Half high, half. Wait, no, there was no PLO.
on the PLO 8.
No, you don't. It's pot limit. You don't play half kill.
You don't play kill at all with your PLO 8.
No, it's pot limit. You don't need to.
I guess.
Limit. You play half kill or kill, but you don't need to a pot limit. And Jesus Christ, I mean, pots are already get out of control.
That's what I like.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's get a half high low.
Let's do it. Better than sex?
I've had some really good PLO 8. Sean makes it 75 to go. Gets calls from TD and Zach. Everyone's got an ace here. TD with the worst ace flops the best draw. Sean with the second best ace has the worst draw. No draw, that is. Zach's drawing a Broadway. Checks all the way to TD. He bets 175.
We're getting asked if anyone lives near Stones. Jake lives in the kitchen. When they close down, Jake puts his sleeping bag in there. And
In the pizza oven, that's where I sleep. Zach calls. Disco. Zach gets there. And I would expect Zach to check raise and check raise this pot large.
Now, if anyone's just new to our stream, we show the true outs. Anything that's been folded is not showing in the outs. Ah, Jason McRoberts showing. He's like the Yeti. Once in a while, you can see him.
The footage is always like grainy. You're looking. It looked like TD put in a pretty thick bet here.
We cannot confirm nor deny that that's Jason McRoberts.
525. And here comes a big old check raise. Anything that TD's going to continue double barreling on the turn with, he should have a reasonable amount of equity here and should be able to call a healthy size check raise. Check raising small just doesn't do anything but play pot control, which you don't need to do when you're sitting on the nut.
Oh.
And here it is. Looks like what, another 1,300 or what I see there, about 1,800?
How do you fold a flush draw here, huh? TD, how do you fold a flush draw?
Makes it 1,800. Now he's got to hope that TD's. He said, "There's no reason to think TD doesn't have a reasonable amount of equity here. Two pair and or straight draws, flush draws."
Yeah, it's like a salad at McDonald's. It's a healthy bet. The one healthy thing on the menu.
And Zach's got about, look, the graphics has still got another 5K back. It's gonna cost TD 1,200 to call. And he's got a question. Zach's pretty much saying, I have ace jack here. I've got two pair beat.
Oh my God, he folds. I would have been
Gets
eating
away.
my other shoe tonight.
Pay for the rabbit hunt. You can. One other thing, like players, I haven't seen players utilize, or I mean, not that it really matters, but you can just if you want to, like, beat yourself up over it. You can tip the deal for $5. You can. We will rabbit hunt here
on the live stream.
On the
and
live
you
stream.
can run it up to 3 times too.
Yeah, get it in ugly. You can get run it. If I was TD, I would have liked to hate myself even that much more. For $5, I want to know.
Oh yeah. Well, you're a masochist. So
Yeah, and I'm totally results oriented. So
you like the pain.
I love the pain.
You want the dealer to pull your hair while he's showing you the river card.
Yeah. And then rub my face and like, look what you did. Look what you did.
You're a bad boy. Psh.
Eldar!
Eldar, why are you in the chat? You're supposed to be at your son's bar mitzvah.
Gesundheit. TD makes it 80 to go with the 10-8 of clubs. Reno Grinders found a hand.
I told Eldar we had a 10-25 game going tonight.
Heads up.
I think he's afraid of our game. I think that's what it is. Ace Jack 4 on the flop, 2 clubs. TD's got a flush draw.
155.
TD gets a little bit back. Small pot. Jake Gordon passes Zach Reno Grinder? No, Reno Grinder is to Zach's immediate right. Eldar fears the Reaper. I love it. Randy Lou up to about just under 13K. He bought in for 10. Not bad for 2 hours worth of work.
Oh, here we are.
And that's us. So 10-25.
Awesome game.
It's a great game. We ended up playing 6-max there at the end. A lot of fun. I love 6-max. We talked about 6-max.
Robert Smith.
Randy Lou, what a boss. We talked about when you saw the lineup and you saw everyone's seats, we can kind of see that there was going to be a little bit of friction there between Randy, TD, Matt, and that whole smorgasbord. And even going back even one step further behind him, Sean Drake. And we saw Sean open pots and Randy arbitrarily 3-betting him, and then Randy opening pots and TD arbitrarily 3-betting him. And it wasn't until someone finally decided to take a stand and play back at the other that the brakes got put on a little bit. But still, a lot of fun with stuff in big pots, messy hands. That aces versus kings versus ace king hand. We could just talk about that all day long.
I don't understand it. I feel uncomfortable. It's awkward.
It ain't right, goddammit.
Kings, that whole flat fold. But yeah, that was a cool hand. I wouldn't mind Bart Hansen putting his spin on it. All of our footage is Crush Live Poker uses all of our footage, so maybe he'll go over that hand. But AD ran kind of bad, unfortunately.
Mostly terrible. He ran real bad. But still, it was a lot of fun. Great stream. For those of you who just caught our stream for the first time tonight, make sure you click that heart button. We'll notify you when we go live. You can catch all these games. We stream 1025, 55, 510, 55 PLO, and the messiest, drunkest 1-3 game that has been known to man.
Veronica and Friends. And this month's going to be awesome.
It's going to be good. Thanks to Kenny, Bob, Abraham, Andrew, Justin, all the crew who makes this possible, and all our peeps in the chat. They're the best.
Obviously. They're refined trolls. All of our beautiful refined trolls. I pet them at night.
You ready to go barrel?
Yeah, we're going to go barrel. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We have a 5-10 on Wednesday.
5-10 Wednesday?
Monday.
Monday.
5-5 Monday. Bye.
Good night, guys.
That is correct, though. 5-10 on Wednesday.